Hello, and welcome to D6 Tricks. In lieu of, talking about or playing actual tabletop games, we're going to be talking about some bad news for tabletop games. More specifically...
Bad news, everyone!
More specifically, Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, the company that makes it, is trying to make a new license, and the new license contract is very bad. I am Alex. I am not a lawyer, so this is a standard legal disclaimer. Do not take my advice as legal advice. But I do work in a law office, so that counts for something. And joining me today is fellow gamer Atwas.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's gamer with a Y, by the way. Hello, everyone. You can't get rid of me.
Nope, there's no escape. And we have a complete newbie who knows nothing about this, so is here to just learn with fresh eyes, Kristen.
I don't know anything, but I am the person most likely to drink a lot of tea, so I brought some tea to spill, just in case.
Ooh. Prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Prepared for some of that tea.
I know what my job is here.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we get into License 1.1, we should probably talk about, like, the history of the open game license and why it's important. Way back in ye olden times, in, like, ye 70s and 80s, there wasn't a license that allowed for, like, sharing of common game elements between games, which made making rule sets for all sorts of different game systems a real hassle. Like, oh, you think roll 1d20, and if it's high, you win? Oh, that's a standard procedure now. It didn't used to be the case. It used to be like, all right, gather these 1d100s, multiply it by times 8. If you roll a 1 on the d6, though, it doesn't matter. It was really bad. And then in the 3rd edition of Dungeons and Dragons, there was a license. This is the license in its entirety on these 2 pages right here. It's 900 words, basically saying, hey, these aspects of Dungeons and Dragons are ours. You can't use those. But basic gameplay elements like d20s, rolling with that, fighters, wizards, magic spells, that general system, you can use as long as you use this license. And this was
nice.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This opened the gates for, like, a new revolution in tabletop RPG systems. I cannot understate how important it was that this license exists, that it is like, hey, you can make content with not only basic mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons, but parts of the setting of Dungeons and Dragons, and as long as you abide by this license, you can make money doing that.
Which in turn frees us up to not spend money making content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's through this license that fan content got to be the biggest pillar that's holding up Dungeons and Dragons today. Like, if you look at Drive-Thru-RPG or DM's Guild, which are 2 of the biggest tabletop distribution sites out there, it's huge the amount of content that's out there. There are, like, PDFs on sale for $20 that are bigger than the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Player's Handbook, and the Monster Manual combined.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
How much fan content there is for Dungeons and Dragons. And all things considered, this is a very lenient license. It's like, hey, don't use stuff like Name the Underdark or the Mind Flayers, but if you don't use those, this is a perpetual, worldwide, royalty-free, non-exclusive license to use the open game content. As long as you put this license in the content that you're using, don't use the product identity, which is our stuff, and indicate which is part of the work you're distributing with this contract. It's really simple, really easy to use, and was great. And then Wizards of the Coast was like, I like this fan content that people are making. I want their money.
You know, we have a new edition coming out.
Yeah.
With a built-in online tabletop that we can sell things for. You know, it'd be really, really useful if we could just tap into that massive market share And anyway, 4th edition.
Yeah.
Also, this is not new. This is not new.
This is
Know
not
your
the first
history.
time they've tried this. They tried it with the 4th edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
The game
Really?
system license. Yes, yes. In 2008.
Yep. They dramatically changed how Dungeons and Dragons played. They made it more like a tactical war game than like a role-playing game.
Yeah, I've played 4th edition, actually. That
Right.
is how I would describe it. It's more of a tactical war game, which, you know, if you're with the right people, they might also roleplay with you.
They might, but probably not, because there's very little in that system to encourage roleplay.
That is 100% correct.
Yeah. And they were like, all right, this is the new D&D. This is the new license that you have to do. And then people were like, wow, this sucks ass. And the new company, Paizo, split off from Wizards of the Coast, the company that made it, and used the open game license to make Pathfinder, which is, for all intents and purposes right now, the #2 tabletop RPG in the world, because it is Dungeons and Dragons, serial numbers filed off, made into its own identity, and it is sprawling right now. It is awesome.
Pathfinder 1E was closer to what we'd call 3.5, but 2E, oh, I've heard lots of very, very good things about 2E.
Yeah.
In fact, they fix a lot of the, more questionable things that Wizards of the Coast has been trying to fix in terms of some things. Ancestry's right there as a concept. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. But anyway.
So because Pathfinder struck out and brought a huge market share with it, Wizards of the Coast is like, we made a mistake. Let's go back to the old reference document, the old OGL, and have it in 5th edition. And for a moment, I was at peace, but all that changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh no! I don't like the Fire Nation.
1.1 baby.
Yeah, 1.1. The CEO was like, we need to monetize more aspects of D&D. If they get a +1 sword in our VTT, they need to pay for it, and we need a better license to do it. And this is the license, leaked in its entirety, distributed by, I'm gonna double check the name real quick, Linda Kodega, who has another article about it today with some more updates that are fascinating that we'll look at after we look at this license.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. So, to summarize the lead up to it, Wizards of the Coast is going to try and say, if they make any statement at all, oh, this is just a draft of the license made by our lawyers and not anyone on the actual team. It's not a draft. This was sent along with a contract to sign to many, many D&D creators. None of them signed it. Not a single one. And that sent Wizards into a panic, so they're not sending it out. And then it got leaked by Linda for everyone to look at. And it's really something.
Thank you, Linda.
So the first SRD is 900 words. This is over 9,000.
15 pages versus 2.
What? Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be intimidating at first because it's legalese, but luckily, I kind of know legalese, and I can highlight the important parts that you need to worry about.
Yay!
So we're gonna go down the line about it. All right, so the introduction. Yeah, so the open game license has worked for 20 years, but we want to change it. And because of the rise of the internet, apps, Web 3.0, excuse me, is the way of the future.
Wait, we jumped to 3.0?
Well,
yeah,
we've been on 2.0 for a while.
We've been on 2.0 for a while, but you see, with NFTs and blockchain technology, it's now Web 3.0, which can do so much.
For some reason, I thought that, I swear I heard that NFTs were Web 2.0, not 3.0.
Oh no, it's 3.0.
Silly me. I guess this is what I get for looking at it and going, that's stupid, and then choosing to never think about it as much as possible.
God,
Right, Web 3, okay.
Web 3, even virtual TTRPGs. So that's platforms like Roll20 and Foundry. That's places where you can play any system online.
Yes.
And that's what Wizards of the Coast wants to go after. Yeah.
I feel so vindicated right away as soon as D&D 1 was announced and they announced that they were having their own exclusive tabletop system. I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. they're gonna try and fucking take that everywhere.
Yep.
It's gonna happen. Why else would you want exclusivity? This is just Fantasy Grounds all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Miniatures DLC. Fuck you. Pay $10 for a 3D model. Loser. Anyway, that's conjecture. It's conjecture.
All right.
Conjecture.
So, they say they're updating the license to address some of these new realities and fix some of the loopholes and contradictions that made their way in the time of its release. They really don't. Spoiler alert, they really don't. But they expand the license and they divide it into two pieces, for non-commercial and for commercial. Good news is they're mostly the same, with at least one important detail in the commercial that's not in non-commercial.
Oh?
Oh? We'll find out.
Okay.
So,
foreshadowing.
you can start here with the frequently asked questions content. What is non-commercial use of system reference document content? That's if no money is being made.
I can see why this is important.
It is very importante. Yeah. What is a license? Crowdfunding, crowdfunding's commercial use, subscriptions or Patreon, paywall, commercial use. Anything you need to pay to access the content, that's commercial.
Voluntary donations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, voluntary don't. So
Yeah. You can't tip. If you're providing it for free and people tip, that's still commercial.
That's commercial.
I mean, that makes sense. That is, in fact, why, you know, DMP and such was like, we gotta make sure it's for commercial use.
Hold on. No. Accessing voluntary donations via any tipping mechanism or sites where you're providing your content for free, regardless of those donations tips, is not commercial.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right, sorry, I misread that. My apologies.
So pay what you want is fine. Pay what you want is still non-commercial. That does not mean, if you're just doing pay what you want, sign this license. This is my non-legal advice. Do not sign anything regarding this, ever.
Not a lawyer, but.
Not a lawyer, but. Alright. What are my options for making D&D content? Well, use the non-commercial license, use the commercial license, or fuck off! Yeah. If you want to use Forgotten Realms setting or other content not in the SRD, that's Dungeon Masters Guild. That's actually standard. That's a carryover from the original. That is harsher terms, more of a cut of the profits to publish on that site, but you get to use Mind Flayers and Beholders and stuff. That's whatever. That's fine. That's been around before this. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to make videos or the content and monetize it via ads, that's the fan content policy. As far as I know, that hasn't changed. No, there have been no statements about that changing. So, fingers crossed. Alright. What does the OGL commercial mean for me as a small creator? Means those making under $750,000 per year in SRD-based content. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Start adding a creator product badge. Well, we'll get more to that later. Making Dungeons & Dragons is a labor of love for us. The open game license was always allowed to allow the community to help grow D&D and expand it creatively. It wasn't intended to subsidize major competitors! So they're outright saying, fuck you, Paizo, fuck you, every other virtual tabletop platform. Give us all your money. Especially now that PDF is by far the most common form of distribution. Give us some of your money. A royalty of 20 to 25% of that qualifying revenue.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. How do I agree to it? Sign the contract. You can find the registration form here. Link. So
We'll let that slide.
We'll let that slide. This was a leaked document. Now that being said, it's a leaked document, but I'm sure there was intended to be a link there because it was actually sent to some creators. Griffin Saddlebag was one of them, and he confirmed, yeah, they sent me a contract with this.
Okay, this is a little nitpicky, but like I told chat, I have occasionally assisted in writing FAQs. Oh my god, this formatting is dog shit. It's so bad. It's awful. Terrible. Where's the spacing? Where are the headers? Where's the bold font so I can actually see what? It's a mess.
Yeah.
Terrible. 0 out of 10.
Yeah. What if I don't like these terms and don't agree to the OGL commercial license? Fuck you, is the answer. Your only option is to agree to OGL commercial if you make any money. Why are we updating the OGL and subdividing it into commercial and non-commercial? Well, a lot has changed. We got the blockchain and the crowdfunding, and they don't exist. Apps. YouTube. It's also confusing and even contradictory. It's really not.
It's very simple.
This is one of the simplest contracts I've ever seen. You could give this to a first-year law student and they'd be like, oh yeah, I can figure out what that means. Probably. Yeah. So we're updating it to take into account development since it was revised, breaking commercial. We're also simplifying the language and streamlining the revisions into 13 more pages.
We're simple. How is the what?
For even more clarity, we've included comments that should help illustrate what the provisions do, which you can access by clicking the relevant comment links in the license documents. And trust me, these fucking comments are something to behold.
Oh, I should have made popcorn before stream.
Yep. We strongly believe in the power of creativity and the goal of the old OGL and this new revision, and helping our community to build and share campaigns, supplements, and other content that enriches the way we play D&D. Who can
First
I contact?
That's one sentence.
Mm-hmm, that's one sentence.
Long
so those
sentence.
dashes are really holding it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Herculean effort on those dashes. Yeah.
We strongly believe in the power of creativity and the ability to make us money.
Yeah. So, if you have any questions, please reach out to us at To Be Determined. I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept that in and we'll have no support option. Alright, so, let's start with non-commercial. Like I said, these licenses are mostly the same. They have the same kinds of provisions. There's at least one major difference. So, blah blah blah. Licensed content. By using any licensed content in this manner, you agree to the terms of this agreement. So, blah blah blah, you'll get sued in Washington if it ever has any, like, disputes in the agreement, because that's where Wizards of the Coast is based. Individual litigation will be heard by a judge rather than a jury if a dispute ever occurs. We hope you agree with us that it's best all around if it's handled quickly, efficiently, and with the least expense possible, so we can make some money.
Holy shit.
Alright. So, covered content, usable D&D content, that's Dungeons & Dragons in the system reference document. So, that's basic mechanics, curated selection of classes, monsters, spells, and items, basically the basics that let you make content compatible. That's the same as before. Unlicensed content, Dungeons & Dragons content that has been or later will be produced as official, that is, released by Wizards of the Coast or any of its predecessors or successors, and is not present in the SRD v5.1. So, the most famous D&D monsters, characters, spells, blah blah blah, anything that's not in the SRD, which they do not attach here, which is weird for a contract. They don't specify all the unlicensed content. They just say, hey,
strange. We
can name anything we want as unlicensed content.
You know, because it was attached in the first OGL.
It was.
Wild.
Yeah. Just a paragraph saying, hey, these things specifically don't use. Any content that's not in the attached system reference document, don't use it. And we're like, yes, sir. Okay, that's fine. They don't attach anything here. All right. So, and then your content, this is the stuff that you make. So this license makes you make your content combined with the licensed content and commercially distribute the resulting works. But this is the non-commercial agreement. So, oops.
What?
I don't think they proofread that part of the contract.
No.
Yeah. So, only applies to materials you can use as printed media or static files like EPUBs or PDFs. Not any other form of media, not creation of anything else. They're gonna hide behind, well, this is to protect us from having NFTs made. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They'd happily make NFTs if it got them a buck.
Yeah.
As soon as you mention Web 3.0, I know for sure you don't give a fuck about NFTs being made.
Yeah. It only allows for creation of role-playing games and supplements. Does not allow things like videos, virtual tabletops, or VTT campaigns. Fuck you, Roll20 and Foundry.
Big one. Big one.
Big one right there. Computer games, novels, apps, graphics novels, music, songs, dances, and pantomimes.
Wait, only allows for creation of role-playing games, so pretty media, and so all for. Wait. What?
Documents only, my good man.
Documents only, nerd.
So, it doesn't only allow for the creation of role-playing games and supplements, so it does not allow for anything. So, like, does this mean shit like the Adventure Zone graphic novel is technically not allowed under this license?
It's to the extent allowed under the Wizards of the Coast fan content policy, which is a separate policy covering that. I'm sure if they wanted to, they'd add a clause saying, hey, give us more of that money. Now, for Critical Role, on the other hand, oh yeah, Critical Role is under their thumb. They're getting a cut of the money, they want more of that money, and the people behind Critical Role are definitely under a non-disparagement agreement.
And as a gentle reminder, Critical Role was the highest earning Twitch channel of all the Twitch channels in 2021, I believe. It, by like far and away, a massive fucking margin. Critical Role is absurdly huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is big. They actually came from Pathfinder, fun fact, but...
Yeah. Alright, and then for it to be licensed, it has to qualify as covered work, so only a document and not a pantomime. Has both licensed and our content, doesn't have unlicensed, and contains the entire text of the non-commercial contract within the body of this work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. License. If and only if you comply, blah blah blah, you may use, copy, and distribute licensed content on a non-commercial basis for free. We offer the ability to use licensed content under any conditions. You may not transfer your rights to anyone for any reason. Not sublicensable. As you said in the video, in the commercial distribution is any distribution, no period. You get paid for it in any form. Money, crypto, barter, your brother doing your chores for a week, whatever.
What?
Like I said, these comments are so fucking arrogant throughout this legal document.
Your brother doing your chores for a week, whatever.
Comma,
what?
whatever.
So you're going to sue my ass for giving my brother a subclass of paladin that shoots fire. Because I would only do it if he was like, hey, can you help me clean my room?
What?
You gonna include that, wizards, huh? You gonna enforce that? You gonna make me fly down to Washington and explain in court that I gave it to my brother on a share-alike basis?
Yes.
Like, like, money. Okay, I guess I can see the crypto. I wince because I fucking hate crypto, but okay, barter. What? They're getting so far up people's asses. Like, what do you think you're gonna get from this? Wizards of the Coast, what do you think you're getting from my brother doing my chores for the week?
Well, okay. Well, you see, first off, when the first open game license came out, D&D wasn't really making them money. They were one of the lower tier Hasbro brands, so they're like, okay, we want to spend as little money as possible on this, but we need content. We just don't want to bother investing a lot of stuff into it, right? So we get the OpenGL, we get all the third-party companies. But now, D&D is a bit of a juggernaut. D&D is actually making money. D&D is actually becoming one of those top brands, and you know what the big problem with D&D is that not a lot of people actually buy the books. In terms of any gaming table, only really one person usually ends up buying, every book, right? The DM's guide, player's guide, Mordenkainen's, fucking Fizban's, whatever. And, yeah, there actually isn't a lot of, yeah. So, what's the best way to make that money if people aren't all buying the official books? Boom, baby. Here it is.
Yep.
We now want to take back our candy. Give it back.
I'm
Give
sorry,
back the candy.
because we can't make you pay textbook prices for everybody to have a book for this.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've kind of been trying in terms of like D&D Beyond, which I'm sure we'll get to in terms of making everybody pay for access, but so yes, that's kind of when the circumstances under which the first OpenGL came out. So yeah, now D&D is big. It's getting a movie. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
We better
It's
rein
getting
that shit
another
in.
movie.
A TV show.
Lest you forget, Atwas, there were 2 D&D movies.
Oh, dude, fucking PAX Unplugged, there was somebody wearing a cosplay of the fucking original, like, Dungeon Master costume. It was
Yes,
so good.
and the old TV series too.
It was so fucking good.
Excellent. But anyway, they want their candy back. So, ownership. Wizards owns the rights to licensed and unlicensed content. This, you know, sure, whatever. I think that was part of the original OGL. That's not the issue. Yeah, they made it. They own a UONT. They don't own the concept of L's, but they own the mechanics of L's behind how they work in D&D. That's not the issue. Yeah, you have to identify licensed work. Sure, whatever.
That's standard when it comes to anything you publish.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. Yeah. You may identify content in any manner you want to. But if they can't tell what's what, then that's something bad. Sure, whatever, that's standard. We didn't need this comment describing in detail that you need to indicate we own the Dragonborn.
Listen, there are
Citing-
multiple ways to cite your sources.
Putting a separate index or list in the back of your license where they list what exactly you use from the SRD. Or something else we haven't thought of, but you did.
Yep.
What?
Okay, this is such a minor thing, and I know it's just standard as to how legal documents are written, but having, like, we and you capitalized is so fucking, like,
It's
condescending. It's so good.
arrogant.
I know it's standard. I know that's just how these work, but, like,
But it's
oh,
so
does it
dumb.
read? Oh, does it read? Yikes.
All right. We're letting you use licensed content for free because using it on a non-commercial basis. If you want to better protect your ownership, register under the commercial license and agree that others can do the same with your work. Which means every time you distribute it, you offer a recipient a license to the work on the same conditions granted under this license. Don't change the terms of this license, distribute the license under this book.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. So, anybody in third party could use your shit even if you don't necessarily agree with it just because it was published under the license, huh? Wild.
Oh, it gets better. Oh, it gets so much better. Donation of your work must be non-commercial. You are permitted to accept donations through Patreon, Ko-fi, or similar platforms if they're not a condition of receipt of your work and you make that clear. Same thing they did, but they abandoned legalese in the middle of this one, but it's basically saying, hey, so if you offer it for free, that's fine. If it's pay what you want and what you want includes $0, that's fine. Yeah. If it's not, then you have to do the commercial license, and that's revenue. All right. So
here's a question.
yeah.
Does this apply to things like D&D fan songs and things like that?
I think that's under the fan thing, which is
That is under the fan work content agreement, which is something else. This specifically is about anything like that's a PDF published. So
Okay.
if I were to make a little PDF of the Paladin Oath of Cannons, which is a subclass of Paladin that specializes in wielding a massive cannon as a weapon, that would be covered by this.
I see, okay.
Yeah. If I made a pantomime about the Paladin Oath of Cannons, they couldn't touch me.
Okay.
All right. Warranties. You're over 18 or have a parent agree for you. You have the power to enter this agreement. You'll give us additional paperwork. Comply with other requirements. Don't infringe upon a third party. don't say that we endorse this. Don't violate the law. Don't be a jackass who's using it for hateful content. Don't harm the reputation of Dungeons and Dragons. We're doing good enough on our own. And don't circumvent or go around disagreement in any way. That's all pretty standard. There's nothing wrong with that. That's basically saying, hey, don't be a jackass, enter into this agreement legally, and make sure everything's on the up and up and we're good. That's fine. That is standard in contracts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a much larger termination section than there was in the original.
Oh yeah, termination. Boom, one paragraph. Termination! Alright. So, modification. This agreement is, along with OGL Commercial, an update to the previously available OGL 1.0, which is no longer an authorized license agreement! That, right there, that is the sticking point. That is the worst thing they could possibly put in here.
Wait. So basically, this just says anything made under the previous thing that now
null and void. Yeah, null and void. Retroactively, null and void.
Which everything. Please keep in mind, the 1.0 license has existed since 2000.
Yeah, it's existed since 2000. And it's a perpetual worldwide royalty-free non-exclusive license. And they're just saying, no, it's not.
That's 23 years worth of things!
We can add a 0.1 on this. That means it's new. Source do just trust me. See, this is another thing that also brings it back to 4E with the, oh my god, it's totally backwards compatible. Source do just trust me. Same thing they said with D&D 1. History repeats itself.
You know, it's like poetry, it rhymes.
Mm-hmm. We may modify or terminate this agreement for any reason whatsoever, provided we give 30 days notice. So, that could lead into some really bad stuff. I'll happily discuss it later. Provide notice of any such changes by posting revisions on our website and making public announcements. So you gotta find that shit out, or else you're in violation of the law. Your OGL doesn't matter.
Sorry, if you're not part of our exclusive Discord server, which is the only place we post up. Same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, so Pathfinder, 13th Age, all sorts of other systems I'm not remembering off the top of my head. They use a variant of the open game license. So what Wizards of the Coast is doing is not only saying, hey, previous fan content no longer applies, they're trying to shut down the competition with this contract by saying that, hey, OGL 1.0 no longer is legal and valid.
Pathfinders. Wait, so they're trying to say Pathfinder's no longer legal?
Yes, because it was originally published under the OGL when it split off.
Wow! Holy shit! What?
Yeah!
We want our candy back.
The
and any candy you've
audacity.
made in perpetuity.
Like,
You know, we were going through this. I'm like, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Okay. We're here now, and it isn't just bad. It's like this is not only is it like evil and really bad, it's also just really stupid. Like, I can't believe they think this will work.
We're not even in the commercial license section yet.
We're not even in commercial. This is just non-commercial.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
All right. So for termination, here's it. Well, we'll terminate it. If you violate any law in relation to activities, according to sections 8G or 8H, there is no section 8G or 8H. Yeah. You breach any other term or condition in this agreement, you bring an action challenging our ownership of any content. Don't you dare challenge us about this. No contract for you. And you may terminate it by ceasing all distribution of your works and providing us with written notice. So we know this may come off as strong, but this is important. If you use the OGL as the basis to release blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, bigoted, or discriminatory content, or do anything we think triggers it, the content's no longer licensed. Yeah, that's not my issue! That's not my issue! Yeah, something about, this is about positivity. This is about inclusivity. Anyway, the Hadozi are inherently a subservient monkey race that love the elves that held them as slaves for many years.
Wait, what?
Why
what?
are so many D&D races objectively, like, enslaved or bad because a god decided it? Ah!
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, Kristen, did you not know about the Hadozi?
No! What the fuck?
Let's take a quick break to look at the Hadozi.
Ooh, congrats on the ad block.
Hey, thank you.
Let's take a
Yeah. All right.
fun little aside.
Fun little aside.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're space monkey pirates.
Oh, that's fun.
Rad as fuck.
Rad as fuck. Do you want to know the lore of them?
No,
They were made as a
Oh.
slave race. But they're happy about it because they're monkeys, you see.
This is some J.K. Rowling shit.
Uh-huh. And they happily
beloved.
serve the elves that previously held them as slaves. Ignore the fact that this art for the Hadozi is poses from a minstrel show. They're space monkeys.
What? What? What?
Yeah, this isn't a minstrel show. That's not a guy on the left who's just in a stereotypical black-face tomfoolery hat. They could have
What do you
done.
mean it's questionable? It's only questionable because you're seeing it as questionable. Fuck off.
Yeah, maybe you're the racist one for seeing any connections to the Hadosian slaves. Anyway, you can't release blatantly racist things. We're a positive company, and that's the main issue.
Only good vibes here. Thank you. We will receive community pushback and bad PR.
And we're more than open to being convinced we made a wrong decision. I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
Are you really?
I'm sure there's going to be nothing I'm going to pull up later that says anything about that. All right. So, upon termination of this agreement, you'll cease and desist, and then your obligation to pay royalties survives the termination of the agreement. Keep giving us money, even though we want you to stop your shit. Give us the candy in perpetuity.
Loser.
Yeah. If you get us in legal trouble, here's what'll happen. You pay our legal fees. We reserve the right to take over the defense of that claim. Pay our legal fees. Pay our legal fees.
We're gonna come up with this shitty license, and then if you don't agree with it, you have to pay our legal. What?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, well.
What? Is that enforceable? Is that like a
If
thing?
you sign.
If you sign, it's
Contract
enforceable.
law sure is a thing.
However, I will say, the way they want to use it, no, that sucks. The way it's intended to be used, if in the course of infringing this content, you get us in trouble, like if you make some third-party stuff that is selling someone else's work and you get sued, then that's what they're like, hey, if they're suing all of D&D, we defend our stuff, you pay our legal fees. You defend your shit, you're on your own.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the indemnity clause is not the worst thing on here. Not the worst thing on here.
No.
Not the worst thing on here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then other products. Sometimes great minds think alike. We can't and won't cancel products out of fear they'd be seen as similar to licensed works. You agree that there's nothing that prohibits us from developing, distributing, or selling or promoting anything substantially similar to a licensed work. That's your stuff.
Substantially similar.
You own the new and original content you create. You agree to give us a non-exclusive, perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, sub-licensable, royalty-free license to use your content for any purpose.
But you own it.
Well, you own it, though.
Bestie, you own it.
We don't have to credit you, but you own it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so if someone at Wizards decides that my Oath of Cannon's Paladin that has made $26 in coffee donations is cool, they get to print it now. They don't have to credit me or pay me shit.
So true, chat.
Hey, can I copy off your homework? Sure, just change it so nobody notices. I won't.
Filing off the serial numbers, don't mind if I don't.
Yeah.
Why would I? According to this, they're my serial numbers.
Yeah. Anyway, nothing in this section impacts the agreement that content you are not otherwise expressly to use is our property. Disclaimer of warranties! You understand that we're providing permitted content as is to make no representation of warranty, blah blah blah. That's pretty standard, but it's very loud and yelled at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Limitation of liability. We have no liability to you for any damages in connection with your use of licensed content. So as long as our content was not grossly negligent or intentional, we don't pay you things if something real bad happens. We're giving you a license, not agreeing to take on potential liability when we do so. To be honest, we're not really sure what we could do while making Dungeons & Dragons content available to you that could ever be grossly negligent. But our lawyers say we need to include that last clause under Washington law, so in it goes.
Fuck off.
Wow.
Wow.
See, we're not like those other companies. We're hip and cool with the kids.
We're cool. We don't know what we could possibly do that would be totally terrible with this contract, but whatever. We're on your side. Give us your content. Give us your candy in perpetuity. Yeah. Any notices you sent us must be sent via email to...
Insert email here.
Mm-hmm.
Name and address withheld.
They sent this without having it done, along with the contract to sign. What the hell?
Well, we don't know if it was removed. It might have been there.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, judging by the rest of the document, with all the bracketed TBD and dead link, it's a mystery.
It's up to, I would like to think it's much funnier if they didn't.
It is much funnier if they didn't add anything.
Yeah.
God.
But anyway, notices, here's where you send it. Entire agreement, this is the entirety of the contract. That's pretty standard. You don't want to subcontract with something like this. Updates or amendments, we reserve the right to update this contract. Sucks, but that's pretty standard procedure.
Yeah.
No waiver of rights. If we fail to exercise any right, doesn't excuse us from waiving in the future. That's standard. Yeah. So, assignment granted solely to you. You may not transfer these rights. You can't sign for anybody else. Pretty standard. Severability. In the event that any part of this agreement is unenforceable or invalid for any reason, the balance will be enforced as if that part did not exist. Again,
okay.
That's fairly standard.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Governing law, it'll be governed by the laws of the state of Washington. That's pretty standard. It's just the laws of whoever made the contract. It sucks, but it's there. We each
standard.
waive a right to any jury trial, claim or cause of action arising out of this agreement. Also
That's
sucks,
pretty normal,
but it's a pretty normal clause. And you agree that you've reviewed this counsel and obtained advice from such advisors, including attorneys, as you deemed necessary. So that's saying, hey, by signing this, you agree that you understand all of it, and you've gotten people who are experts, including like contract lawyers, to look over it. I'm not a contract lawyer, but here's my advice. Don't sign anything about this. Don't sign a goddamn thing. This is the worst contract I've seen.
Things you sign, but like, and that's only the non-commercial.
That's only the non-commercial. So, a lot of commercial is the same kinds of clauses. There are, like I said, some major differences that are worth talking about. Yeah, so, licensed, unlicensed, and your content. That's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same clarifications. Again, not attaching examples of unlicensed content. Not attaching the don't cover this. Yeah. Works covered, only PDFs, only like static print media, no pantomimes.
No pantomimes.
It's here to distract you from the no virtual tabletop.
Yeah,
but,
no virtual tabletops, which is still, that's real bad. I want to play your game, and you don't want me to. What is wrong with you? Yeah.
I wonder what the proportion of people who play D&D online versus in real life is.
Very high. I'm gonna guess very, very high.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm terminally online, but at the same time, like, Roll20 is a pretty big fucking market share.
It's like, so there's the fact that, first of all, it's a bunch, it's largely done by nerds, which means, inherently you're gonna have a lot more internet friendships. But even, like, with people I knew in real life where we played D&D together, we would sometimes do it online if, like, there was no way to get everyone to actually physically get together. Like, it's probably more common to do that than to do it in person.
Yeah.
Yay! You see, 2020 rolled around and virtual tabletop really took off, and they went, I think there's money to be made here.
I want to be paid that. Yeah. All right. So licensed work, same as usual, has the creator content badge in a manner specified in the guide.
Desperate to see what that fucking looks like.
I really want to know what that looks like.
You gotta know.
Show me the badge!
Show me the badge! I want to see what your graphic designers made. Yeah. License. We offer others a license. Don't transfer the license. Ownership. Blah, blah, blah. You agree we own copyright, trademark, patent rights of licensed and unlicensed, same as before.
Cite your sources.
Cite your sources. Leveling up under this agreement.
What?
This agreement covers all commercial uses, whether they're profitable or not. Note that if you appear to have achieved great success, that is, consistently meeting the expert tier or exceeding it below, from producing OGL commercial content, we may reach out to you for a more custom and mutually beneficial licensing agreement.
It would seem you're making a lot of money. I, your lord, have noticed this, so I have come down from on high to discuss a mutually beneficial licensing agreement. The mutually beneficial agreement is you give me all of your money, or I take your kneecaps and send you to the dungeon.
Yeah, initiate tier. If you have at least one licensed work but haven't generated $50,000 or more, you're at the initiate tier. If your licensed works are more than 50,000 but less than 750,000, it's intermediate. More than 750, it's expert tier. Why the tiers? Well, for one thing, it's Dungeons and Dragons, and even our lawyers play!
Wow.
And it's possible we're not actually sure how to design something without some form of leveling up.
I hate whoever wrote this. I hate them with every fiber of my being.
Whoever put this in a legal document?
My god.
I'm coming for their knees. I'm gonna take their knees. Their
I'll
knees
come
are
with
mine.
you.
Well, you see, we're actually doing this for your benefit. It's to lessen the burdens on our creators. It's for you. We're doing this for you. It's for you.
That's
And
so
if you're doing
nice.
incredibly well, you might level up into a custom license.
That's so nice of them to look out for the little guy like this.
We're also trying to minimize our burden. If you're in the initiate tier, all we need is some basic info. Intermediate, provide us annual financial reporting. Expert tier, expert tier means you'll pay us. If you're doing well, you might level up into a custom license. So here we go. Registration. You must register any licensed work you intend to offer for sale by going to Insert Detail, filling the form there and including a description of the licensed work. We'll also ask for your content information, info on where you intend to publish the work, its price, and other things. And then you have to report your financial earnings and other very, very personal information. I'm assuming tax information to fucking Wizards of the Coast.
Wow!
So not only are they making all content, but that's not updating this, null and void. Not only are they doing that, they also want your fucking tax information. Annually, they want your tax information.
I wouldn't trust these guys with anything like that. I wouldn't.
No!
I wouldn't have trusted them with that before I read this document. After reading this document, I especially wouldn't trust them with it because they seem kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Incompetent?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know who I trust with my tax information? My accountant. Because I don't like TurboTax and I want a guy who knows how to file taxes.
I mean, that's for the best, because
God, yeah.
TurboTax is a whole other pile of shit.
Yeah, especially if you have, you know, any not normal,
If you
common
have anything
income.
outside of a W-2,
Yeah, exactly.
then you're
Thank
fucked.
you.
It's a
Speaking
pain in
from
the ass making
experience.
income as a YouTuber and through Patreon and stuff, and then reporting that as income because they're like, what is a YouTube?
Excuse me, why didn't you submit these quarterly tax documents? I didn't know how much money I was going to make. Too bad.
Yeah. All right. So royalties. Give us your candy if you make more money. Yeah. If the revenue is over 750,000, you're responsible for paying us 20 to 25% of that. Yeah. We want to give our
I will
community
say, if it's in excess of the thing, so it's 20 to 25% of the stuff you
Of
make
the
over the
excess.
750.
Yes.
So that is something I just wanted to point out, but like it's still
That's still
still a
significant.
percent. That's
That's
still pretty
very
big.
significant.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So though this agreement is effective January 13th, they were gonna have this ready tomorrow. They were gonna have this take effect tomorrow if all went well and people signed their contracts, which no one did. Not a single person did. All right. But no royalties will be due before January 1st, 2024. How generous
Wow.
of you.
How kind of them.
All right.
You have a year to prepare for your lord to come through demanding payment.
Oh
All right.
my god.
So, you pay royalties as follows. If it's crowdfunded or sold via anywhere other than Kickstarter, you pay 25%. But if it's crowdfunded on Kickstarter, our preferred crowdfunding platform, you only pay 20%.
You pay less if you work with the...
Man, this is insane. This is absolutely insane what they think they're getting away with.
Sorry, Sweaty, if Kickstarter ever closes down, you don't get the preferred rate, idiot.
Yeah, once the story broke, the head of Kickstarter wrote was like, yeah, they contacted us about this, and we pled for the creator, and they were like, we hear you, we hear you. What about 20%? Ugh. So, it's stunning. Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Boggling. Truly.
So wait, Kickstarter was like, guys, we didn't agree to this?
Yeah, Kickstarter was
Yeah.
like, we were forced into this, but we advocated for the rights of, like, the people who are making money off this, because this is a shitty license. This was the best we could do, I think, was the intended subtext of Kickstarter's statement.
Oh, God.
All right. So, if you have more than one licensed work, blah, blah, it's doing math. So, if only 75% is from Kickstarter and 25% did not, 2 trains, train A and train B, blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, I got distracted. I saw the word interest.
Yeah.
Interest?
Pay us on time. If you don't, we reserve the right to charge interest at either 1.5% per month or the maximum amount permitted under applicable law, whichever is lower.
Holy fuck!
Uh-huh. Pay us fully. If you don't, in addition to the unpaid royalty and any applicable interest, you'll be charged our actual cost of reviewing your records if you underpaid by 10% or more.
Oh no, our team of 300 lawyers all being paid like $100 an hour
I think you being
With a minimum of-
halflings in a lawyer's trench coat.
with a minimum of like 5 hours for each of them. Cough it up, loser.
Listen, don't insult the halflings like that. The gnomes are the ones that thought this contract was okay.
You're right.
As a certified kobold player, fuck gnomes.
Fuck gnomes. All right. If we ask, you'll provide us with copies of your records relating to revenue, including records you use to calculate royalties due to us, so that we can audit you. I don't want to be audited by the men who make us roll math rocks to hit a dragon.
Yeah, no! Fuck that!
Mm-hmm. But blah, blah, blah. Royalties are due only on revenue above $750,000. You'll owe us 25 cents if you make $750,001. We know this calculation can get more complicated. If you have questions, reach out to us at email.
Name and address withheld.
Yeah. Fundraising. We don't object to you crowdfunding, but we need to address concerns about you overreaching and prevent the funding of infringing products.
Overreaching?
Only crowdfund licensed works. No infringing materials are given out as perks or rewards. The primary product must be a licensed work, such as a campaign setting. You may have stretch goals that are not licensed works, provided they don't infringe, like a dice set with your logo, but not ours! You may have stretch goals that would not otherwise qualify as licensed works, such as modules and adventures. They don't have to be registered separately until you decide to sell them separately.
Oh my god.
Your entire campaign is considered one product. As soon as you start selling separately, it's a different product. Some examples may help make this clearer. Let's talk about Brunor Battle Axe, the author of Throwing Blades and Blocking Blades. Yeah, knowing how well Throwing Blades did, he decides to crowdfund Blades 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo?
I hate them. I hate them so much.
It includes miniature replica blades as a stretch goal and has a backer tier that grants access to all stretch goals. The replica blades are not licensed works, but all revenue from that backer tier still counts as qualifying revenue.
Wow.
Bruno runs the same campaign, makes them available to add-ons. None of that's qualifying revenue, because it's purchased separately. Bruno runs the same campaign, but includes the other supplements as separate add-ons. And they're qualifying revenue, because they're licensed. Bruno runs the same campaign as a bundle, and all of it is qualifying revenue. Thanks, Brunor! You're very helpful in this legal document!
If the food touches on the plate, it's all contaminated, is what I'm hearing. I see.
I see. Warranties and disclaimers. Same as before. Termination. We can modify or terminate this agreement for any reason whatsoever, provided we give 30 days notice. Now, another thing I'd like to offer up. So, they can modify or terminate the agreement for any reason whatsoever, right? Let's say they want some more candy, and people aren't making over $750,000.
Let's bump that down to, like, 500,000.
Yeah, let's
250,000.
Let's make it 10,000 in this 100. We want that revenue. We can do that.
Anytime.
Anytime, for any reason, suck it, losers.
And it's up to you to keep an eye on that.
And if you don't, we reserve the right to sue you and get interest on our stuff and audit you. We terminate it if you violate the law, pay the fine with your blood, breach any term and it's not cured within 30 days. Don't sue us or else. Blah, blah, blah.
Same comment.
Same comment. Obviously the problem is people being racist.
Obviously, that's the real issue here.
Is candy a law term? Sure.
I mean, Brunor Battle Axe is an illegal document, so clearly Brunor Battle Axe is a legal term. Therefore, I offer candy is a legal term.
So true, bestie. Absolutely.
Upon termination, same thing. Indemnity, same thing. Other products, same thing. If you're getting money for this content and we decide that we're selling that content, fuck you, there's nothing we can do. God.
You signed it, loser.
Miscellaneous, same as before, and that is the Open Game License 1.1.
You know another interesting thing about this document, Kristen?
Yes.
It's not a new document. It's a 1.1 version.
Oh, okay.
Of a 1.0 that already existed.
Oh no.
Oh, so wow, look at all these terms and things that are part of a new version of a document that already existed. It sure would be terrible if someone decided to argue that every single third-party thing published in the 1.0 would also be subjected to the 1.1.
Yep.
Okay. Your statement fills me with fear.
Good. It should.
So, that's about 22, 23 years of content that Wizards of the Coast decided is not valid. Give us your money.
Which we don't necessarily know if that's something that they can do or we're gonna do, but it's the writing's on the wall. The wall being PDF.
So here, the biggest question, is this legal? The guy who wrote the original SRD says no. Like, that's not in the spirit of the original SRD. The original OGL, you can't do that. Wizards are gonna try anyway, and they're gonna fight, because they have billions of dollars and a lot of lawyers.
Let me say, the original, looking at it, you may use any authorized version of this license to copy, modify, and distribute, originally distributed under any version of this license. That's in 1.1 on 9, I believe. I think I'm looking at a different document, but it's the same shit that's written down. It's just a different. It's the 1.1 SRD. Updating license. Wizards or designated agents may publish updated versions which apply to previous ones, and they can use any ones that they choose to. God, I'm so tired. This absolutely applies in retrospect. It's fine, don't worry about it.
They decided to retroactively have it apply to everyone. It is awful, and people hated it. No one signed. And everyone's like, yeah, this is awful. And to respond to that, a lot of them are like, yeah, I'm canceling my subscription to D&D Beyond, which is the main online platform Wizards of the Coast is using to distribute their digital product. They're gonna try to use for their digital VTT, which they're gonna, presumably, if 1.1 goes into effect, try to muscle out every other virtual tabletop with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go see what the latest tweet from, go to twitter.com, see what the latest tweet from D&D Beyond is regarding this. Because I recall the last tweet about 1.1. Oh, so the latest tweet. We know you have questions about the OGL and we'll be sharing more soon. Thank you for your patience. That is the latest and only statement anyone associated with Wizards of the Coast has officially made about License 1.1.
Yep.
And before that was a tweet about Benoit Blanc from fucking Glass Onion.
Great.
Which, I mean, good character, good movie, but like...
Disagree, hard disagree. We're not gonna agree this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can talk about it later. I'm curious. I'm very curious.
I'm sure you are. Not the point of this one. Anyway.
Bigger fish to fry. There's a kettle full of fish here. We gotta focus.
Yeah. So they tried to downplay it. We know you have questions. More to come soon. There's nothing. Wizards of the Coast strategy is to say nothing and hope it goes away. How am I so sure that our strategy is to say nothing and hope this goes away? Because an employee at Wizards of the Coast leaked that's their strategy.
This one is fresh off the presses, isn't it?
This is from this morning. I'm gonna read this out because it's kind of small text. Hi, I'm an employee at Wizards of the Coast, currently working on D&D Beyond and with D&D business leaders on the health of the product line. If you want, I can provide proof of this. Proof has been provided to the various content creators he sent this to, so it's legit. I'm sending this message because I fear for the health of a community I love, and I know what the leaders of Wizards of the Coast are looking at. They are briefly delaying rollout of the license changes due to the backlash. The decision-making is based entirely on the provable impact to their bottom line. Specifically, they're looking at the D&D Beyond subscriptions and cancellations, as it's the quickest financial data they currently have. They're still hoping the community forgets, moves on, and they can still push this through.
Mm-hmm. Just like they did after 4E.
Yep. I decided to reach out because at my time at Wizards of the Coast, I have never once heard management refer to customers in a positive manner. Their communication gives me the impression they see customers as obstacles between them and their money. The D&D Beyond team was first told to prepare for support to support the new OGL changes in online portal when they got back from the holidays, and leadership doesn't take any responsibility for the pain and stress they cause others. Leadership's first communication to the rank and file of the OGL was 30 minutes on January 11th, 2023. This was the first time they even tried to communicate their intentions about the OGL to employees, and even in this meeting, they blamed the community for overreacting.
Which, reminder, it was supposed to go into effect on the 13th.
They're supposed to go into effect tomorrow. I will repeat, the main thing this leadership's looking at is D&D Beyond subscription cancellations. Hope your day goes well. Redacted. P.S. I'll be copying and pasting this message to other community leaders. So, I'm gonna give a rough timeline of things that have happened since and around this announcement. So, I'll check the name again. I want to make sure I get it right, because good on Linda Kodega for continuing to be awesome and report all this and report the leak. Leak happens. The community is in an uproar. Big third-party publishers are in an uproar. There's a bundle on sale in Drive-Thru-RPG by Fat Goblin Games called Fuck Wizards of the Coast for $30. Every single product they have compatible with 5th edition. Compatible with the OGL. Yeah. Matt Colville, one of the biggest individual content creators about Dungeons & Dragons, and his company, MCDM, announced, hey, I saw the writing on the wall when they announced that there was going to be a 1 D&D virtual tabletop, and I am going to be looking at making my own system instead, with my own license for it that's going to be open. So, that's one. Kobold Press, who not only is one of the biggest third-party publishers of Dungeons & Dragons content, they wrote Hoard of the Dragon Queen, they wrote Ghosts of Saltmarsh, they made official D&D content licensed by Wizards of the Coast, because Wizards didn't want to, and New Kobold did it better. They're like, we're gonna make our own fantasy system with an open license, Project Back Flag. And they announced it and crashed their website within 15 minutes because of the announcement. And the latest thing that happened 30 minutes before I started streaming, Paizo, the publishers of Pathfinder, have announced, we're gonna make our own open license. We're partnering with every third-party publisher we can find, including Kobold Press. And if Dungeons & Dragons Wizards of the Coast tries to go through with this, we are going to sue. So, official confirmation. The Pathfinder people seem to agree with the idea that we're gonna sue the shit out of Wizards of the Coast for trying this. And of all the publishers that have a chance, they are the ones. They are number one who would do it. A lot of what Raven uses is Kobold Press. Wouldn't be surprised. Kobold Press is great. And also, 2 hours ago, Linda Kodega, this is her second article, they have canceled the announcement of the official announcement of it after online ire. They didn't immediately respond to a request for comment about this story. According to IO9 sources, the new OGL, now known as OGL 2.0, so don't get mad at 1.1, we have a new one, it's 2.0.
Oh, of course.
Was supposed to go live on Thursday with an FAQ explaining changes in fan concerns, so it was supposed to go live today. It didn't. We hated it that much. And then when Jenny D, who is a D&D YouTuber, personality, influencer, all that stuff, she's really good, tweeted people should cancel their subscription, everyone did. So many people were like, nope, 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 en masse. There's a... I want a sidetrack analogy to explain just how quickly and precisely people unsubscribed from Wizards of the Coast D&D Beyond. So on America's Got Talent, you get buzzed with a loud red X by the 3 judges if they think, hey, you don't have talent, get off my stage.
Yes.
They do this to a lot of people in like the audition stages. because that's when people are showing off their talent, and it's questionably talented. So this trio of middle-aged to older ladies and a gentleman come up on stage in used opera gowns from Goodwill. They cheerfully announce, "Hi everybody, we are Blue Velvet!" And the music starts playing. Blue Velvet, Blue Velvet, Blue Velvet! Completely out of tune. And then like clockwork, the buttons go, bang, bang, bang! Immediately after that last note. And that is the clockwork efficiency with which people have been unsubscribing. Hasselhoff confirms the kill shot, and people are like, bam, bam, bam. Yeah. And just like Cobalt Press was temporarily shut down due to traffic, the unsubscribe tool on D&D Beyond temporarily crashed because too many people were unsubscribing. It's back up. Technically, but they have hidden the button to unsubscribe.
Oh!
They have hidden every option to go to the unsubscribe, so you have to follow an external link to get there and unsubscribe.
Wow! It's always a bad look when a website hides an unsubscribe button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast also canceled a pre-scheduled D&D Beyond livestream, which had been set for 3 p.m. on Thursday. Although the company stated on Discord, this was done to update a previously agreed upon schedule, rather than a response to the reported announcement.
Yeah, sure, Jan. I fully believe that.
Sure, Jan.
The chat in that channel, even though it's been offline, was something.
Mm-hmm. And then here's Paizo, the newest thing. I'll double check Paizo to see if their website is not crashing anymore, but I don't expect it. D&D Beyond is the same as an account, it's just a paid service. It's not the same as an account. Subscription means, hey, we unlock all these features for you, like digital characters, downloadable whatevers, managing campaigns, all that stuff. They're useful tools, not worth paying anything to D&D for with this oppressive license.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have announced, Paizo's announced they're developing a new creative license for third-party developers that's said to be open, perpetual, and irrevocable. The Open RPG Creative License, the ORC. Take that, OGL. They've offered to pay for the legal work necessary to create a system-agnostic license, and it will not be owned by Paizo, nor owned by any company who makes money publishing RPGs. Instead, a law company co-founded by the guy who developed the legal framework for the original OGL will provide a safe harbor against any company being bought, sold, or changing management in the future. So they're also hoping to establish a nonprofit to forever hold the final edition of the ORC. So basically, the plan is, oh, you want to change your license? Here's our Better Forever license for every system, not just D&D. Fuck you.
Nice.
Yeah, so they've established a growing list of publishers to aid in it, including Kobold Press, which is best third-party D&D 5e stuff out there, Chaosium, who among other things makes Call of Cthulhu, Green Ronin, Legendary Games, and Rogue Genius, they're pretty high-quality 5e and Pathfinder stuff, and Battlezoo.
Nice.
So, all this is to say, your move, D&D. Cancel this and prepare for the storm.
God.
Yeah, no.
It's not secure.
The site's not secure. The site's not secure. The site's not secure. The site's not secure. Twitter.com. I don't want to see Lythero's tweet, okay? Why are you keeping recommending one tweet by Lythero? Alright, Paizo. There. I'm doing the Google way. I'm doing the runaround. Here we go. Is it crashed?
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still crashed.
Paizo.me. Dig it.
Dig it.
Good.
So, fellas, the takeaway is, open source is very, very important when it comes to game licenses or software or anything like that. We like open source in this house. It's rad as fuck. This is terrible. Horrible. Very bad. 0 out of 10.
Man. I'm thinking about the fact that, like, the couple of, like... Most things I've enjoyed that are D&D related are actually, like, here's this thing someone else wrote for D&D. Like, I can't, like, you know, I guess to be fair, the only, like, module I've ever gone through is, you know, Tomb of Annihilation, which isn't great.
Sure was an experience.
It was.
Sure was an experience.
It sure is a thing that was published.
Yep.
A thing that was published.
Oh, here we go. Paizo loaded.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, for the last several weeks, as rumors of Wizards of the Coast new version of the open game license began circulating among publishers and on social media, gamers across the world have been asking what Paizo plans to do in light of concerns regarding WOTC's plan to deauthorize the existing OGL. We've been awaiting further information, hoping Wizards would realize that for more than 20 years it's been mutually beneficial, but shouldn't and cannot be revoked. While we continue to await an answer from Wizards, we strongly feel that Paizo can no longer delay making our own feelings about the importance of open gaming a part of the public discussion. We believe any interpretation that 1.0 or 1.0a were intended to be revocable or able to be deauthorized is incorrect, and with good reason. We were there! Paizo owner Lisa Stevens and Paizo president Jim Butler were leaders on the team of Wizards at the time. Brian Lewis, co-founder of Azora Law, the IP law firm Paizo uses, was the attorney at Wizards who came up with the legal framework for the OGL itself. Paizo's worked very closely on OGL issues with Ryan Dancy, the visionary who conceived the OGL in the first place. We don't believe it can be deauthorized, ever. We're prepared to argue that point in a court of law if need be. We don't want to have to do that, and we know many of our fellow publishers aren't in a position to do so. We have no interest whatsoever in the new OGL. Instead, we have a plan that we believe will be irrevocably and unquestionably keep alive the spirit of the OGL. As Paizo's evolved, we ourselves have changed. We needed to quickly bring out Pathfinder 1e to continue publishing our popular monthly adventures in 2008. Using Wizards language was important and expeditious. But in our non-RPG products, including Pathfinder Tales novels, adventure card game, and others, we shifted away from those tropes to lean harder into ideas from our own writers. By the time we went to work on 2nd edition, the open game content was significantly less important to us. So our designers and developers wrote the new edition without Wizards' copyrighted expressions of any game mechanics. While we published it under the OGL, the reason was no longer to allow Paizo to use Wizards' expressions, but to allow other companies to use our expressions. We believe, as we always have, that open gaming makes games better, improves profitability, and enriches the community of gamers. And so we invite gamers from around the world to join us as we begin the next great chapter of open gaming with the release of a new open, perpetual, and irrevocable open RPG creative license, the ORC. I just realized after all this time, it's the ORC!
It spells orc. Amazing.
Like the news article said, it's system agnostic for independent game publishers under the legal guidance of Azora Law, IP law firm that represents Paizo and other publishers. Paizo will pay for the legal work. To join the effort, provide feedback on draft license, please sign up by using this form. I would, but I don't want my personal details out there on stream.
Yeah, don't, but...
Yeah. A bunch of publishers have agreed. It'll not be owned by Paizo or any company that makes money publishing RPGs. Ultimately, we'll find a nonprofit with a history of open source values to own the license, such as the Linux Foundation. Paizo continues to continue publishing Pathfinder and Starfinder, even as we move away from OGL. Since the month the works are still at the printer, you'll see the familiar OGL 1.0a in the back of our products for a while yet. And that's another thing. Wizards of the Coast didn't consider, hey, there's a lot of physical books at the printer that are in the pipeline for a while that we're just gonna say, yeah, no, you can't use those. Take them back from the printer.
Sorry, loser. Pulp them.
So, while the OpenRPG creative license is being finalized, we'll be printing Pathfinder and Starfinder products without any license, and add the finished license to those products when it's complete. We hope you consider supporting Paizo. Visit your friendly local game store, sub to Pathfinder Starfinder, take advantage of the discount code OpenGaming during checkout for all of these cool products we have.
Discount code Open gaming.
Open gaming.
Spectacular. Wow.
Wow. So, so before I saw this, I was just gonna go on what Kobold Press and Matt Colville were doing as the possible future. Paizo has a lot to throw around. Like, I mean, no disrespect to either Kobold Press or Matt Colville, but Paizo is a heavyweight class. They're the ones that can definitely stand up against wizards.
Yeah.
So, what does this license mean? It means it's crap, but we are going to weather this storm because we're going to get a better license from Paizo, even if Wizards of the Coast doesn't be like, we should roll this back, because this sucks.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad there's a motion being taken to fight against this. I am curious if with this amount of backlash it'll go through. Like, it could, but even if it does go through, I'm curious how, like, enforceable it would be.
That's the main problem, because, see, I fully intend Wizards of the Coast would think they can pull it through. The internet is notoriously short on attention span, so they might be counting on us legitimately forgetting that this is a thing and pushing it through when they think, oh, we forgot the outcry and we'll be fine with it now.
Yeah.
That like, could be their strategy.
True. But I'm like, how enforceable would it even be if it went through is my question.
That's the question, which a lot of people are saying it's up in the air, and probably not. But Wizards of the Coast has a team of lawyers that are going to argue that, yeah, we can.
Actually, we own everything ever, and you owe us money for all of it.
Yep.
God. They canceled their stream!
They canceled the stream!
God. And everyone's like, and here's how you can quit.
Here's how you can quit. The year's 2008. Wizards of the Coast has released the GSL to attempt to better monetize D&D at the expense of third-party publishers. In response, Paizo announces they will be creating the Pathfinder role-playing game. The year is 2023. Wizards of the Coast has released the OGL 1.1 to attempt to better monetize D&D at the expense of third-party publishers. In response, Kobold Press has announced they will be creating a role-playing game. Thanks, Dr. Manhattan!
Thank you, Dr. Manhattan.
Has any single event ever united the TTRPG community like this? Even the Grognards!
The 4E survivors.
God.
God. Wow. Kickstarter puts in their sword.
Yep, Kickstarter puts in their sword.
Oh my god. Wow, I am, you know, so I'd heard that it was bad, but now that I have all the details, I'm really in awe that, like, I mean, so I'm simultaneously in awe, but also not, because my life has, you know, especially the past couple of years, feels like it's just been a nonstop adventure in companies doing just, like, absolute bullshit, thinking they can just get away with it for money.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not surprising. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did steal one for the dragon. Jargon. Just you have to tell everyone that this is a good jargon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very good lizard man.
Oh yeah.
Good.
The wizard told me to have patience, but I think he just wants me to forget that he tried to steal a fourth of the dragon I hunted this morning, and then tell everybody he killed it to get more loot. I may eat the wizard. Always try to hurt the wizard.
Always try to hurt the wizard. God. Wizard's response bingo card! It's just a draft, bro. We love this game. It's done beyond Twitter, not the actual. We hear you.
God.
Misunderstanding. Lots of rumors going around.
Protecting the brand.
Yeah.
My God.
There's a huge chance they'll try to distract with threats of D&D NFTs, which Hasbro were working on creating themselves not even a year ago. This is important. This is very important. They're saying they're trying to protect against NFTs only so they can make them.
That's fair. Honestly, I'm shocked there's even still a push for NFTs. Like,
they tried to sell some NFT stickers at my grocery store the other day.
It's so dead. Why are we still here?
Yeah.
Because Kristen, my money is stuck in the computer and I don't know how to get it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the best part, the NFT stickers were crypto villains. So it was like pictures of baddies. There was like that typical pixel art face, that's ugly face that's meant to look vaguely like Jason from Friday the 13th. And then straight up a sprite of Kara doing the jump scare at the end of Undertale.
What?
Yeah. They were trying to sell that as a sticker NFT.
Oh my God. Wow. I am just... Never trust wizards.
Never trust wizards.
It is always moral to bully the wizard. Especially right now. God. The Magic Monsters, the official D&D Discord has barred any and all discussion of the OGL. Don't talk about it or they'll get upset. Discussion of the allegedly leaked OGL 1.1 violates 1 on 2 sets server rules. 1. The leak is fake, thus discussion of it is spreading misinformation and therefore trolling. 2. The leak is legitimate and therefore discussion of it illegitimately acquired IP, which violates both the rule of discussion of pirated material and discussion of activities considered illegal by Wizards of the Coast. As such, at this time, we will not be allowing discussion of said document until an official release is made by Wizards of the Coast.
Off!
We want more money from D&D community. God.
So anyway, we're winning this fight. We're very close to winning this fight. They're on the defense, they're on the back foot and trying to pretend that our offense doesn't exist, honestly. So during this time, I'm excitedly waiting for the Black Flag Project RPG from Kobold Press and the new license from Paizo. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be looking at a shitload of other RPGs to play. Now, all of that being said, the Breath of the Wild campaign that I've been planning for years, until there's an easy conversion, unfortunately I'm still sticking with that as D&D. 1, because it's for free, and Wizards will not make a solid fucking dime off of me. For 2, it's a lot of numbers, and I don't want to convert all those numbers.
It's understandable, it's okay.
I'm a fairly small creator, all things considered, and I think, in the long run, I can safely say I hate Wizards for trying to pull this and have a streamed game of Dungeons and Dragons, and those two things are not mutually exclusive.
I mean, as long as you're not giving them money, I think you're fine, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
If anything, if you're not giving them money, it's an action of spite.
Yeah, all the money goes directly to me and the people who are streaming with me. All $2.
$2 whole dollars.
Yeah.
God. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, here's another fun fact. The Lord of the Rings role-playing game uses OGL 1.0. I'm sure the extremely litigious Tolkien estate will be fine with Wizards changing it to give all the Lord of the Rings properties to Hasbro as a sub-license for free forever.
Yeah, they're gonna love it.
They're not hobbits, babe. It's fine.
Wow.
Anyway, here's Hasbro stock.
Hit that limbo.
Come on, we can go lower.
We can go lower. Let's go.
Oh, it's so funny.
You know, at some point I was like, we need to have a little fun activity after contract discussion because it's so much of a downer that we need something fun. But honestly, watching the dunk and the downward spiral, this is our fun activity.
This is fun. I am having a good time. I wouldn't be opposed to doing something else, but this is fun.
Yeah, for sure. Just gotta figure out what.
I don't know. God.
Yeah.
Text small.
Text small, but basically, hey, they're trying to have us abandon many months of work. Zoom in.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna make our own system rather than do anything with Wizards of the Coast. Is basically what they're saying.
Nice. Good for them.
Honestly, I'm glad that a lot of people are looking at alternative RPG systems because
Absolutely.
there's just so many systems out there, and so much of them are just better than what people have been trying to hack D&D to do. Like, why make everything D&D when there are other systems that just do what you actually want? You don't need to, contort yourself.
Like, one idea I had was, like, to discuss, okay, instead of D&D, here's a simpler system to work on, like, just me spitballing ideas for, all right, we'll play with this instead, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. OGL, wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement. This slip of paper can be given to any friendly creature and they will happily accept it as a gift. Using an action, you can destroy the paper from any distance, causing 25% of the current owner's golden treasure to be teleported to you. This permanently ruins the friendship between you and the owner! That's so great! God.
We're under-monetized! How do we earn more? Kill the OTL. Make NFTs.
NFTs!
Finally listen to our players.
Get out of here!
Get out! You can still make and sell homebrew content! Judy will never not be relevant.
It's so true.
But holy fuck.
You know, I do want to say this in response to chat with limited brain space. I totally get that. However, D&D's actually pretty fucking complicated.
Right. So
D&D's like pretty crunchy when it comes down to it. Like I totally understand it, but like holy fuck, 5e's complicated.
Yeah, 5e is very complicated. Like, it's very popular, so it gets a lot of people into learning the rules because they want to be part of the popular thing. But
It's
consider
not a good first game.
No.
Consider the OGL is 2 pages. The system reference document that this is attached to is 400.
Yeah.
If you
And
can
includes statements like races.
Yeah. If you can know 400 pages approximately of stuff, you can learn 20 for another system.
Yeah.
Like that's not like being said to single you out, chat. It's just D&D is not a very good game for a first-time player. People are like, oh, learn 5e. It's, so much easier. Yeah, maybe compared to like 3.5.
Yeah.
It's a low fucking bar.
Yeah, I've played 3.5, I've played 4.0, and I've played 5.0. I'll be honest, I haven't really enjoyed any of them. Especially if I ever am like, I think I'll be a spellcaster. Regret. Instant regret. Fuck me. No.
Don't spellcast. Spellcasting is the most complicated thing about any fantasy system.
So fucking just not worth it. Ugh. No, thank you. Like, there's definitely other systems that are easier to learn. It sucks to, like, switch from something you know to something you don't know. I definitely understand that, like, you have to collect some spoons to make the jump.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely say it's worth doing the shift. So...
here's something we could discuss. My players really want D&D, and I'm not sure how to entice them to other systems.
Okay. Like, why do they want D&D? Is the main thing to ask questions for. Because, like, what kind of adventure do they want? What kind of setting do they want? What do they want to do? That is what you need to know if you want to have a system. Because, like, if my players aren't interested in an Indiana Jones-style adventure into lost civilizations for ancient treasure where they fight Nazis, I'm not going to recommend they play Broken Compass. Play Broken Compass, though. I love Indiana Jones. If they want to do
Nazis, you say?
Yeah. If they want to do a heist, then I'm going to recommend them Blades in the Dark, because that is the system right now for how to do heists.
It's so fucking fun. I recently started playing Blades in the Dark, and it's so fucking cool. Also, the setting is just chef's kiss. A Victorian dark society run on fucking electricity and demon blood. It's great.
Ooh,
beautiful Dishonored core.
Fun.
10 out of 10. It's also just dummy fucking easy.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, Blades in the Dark is awesome. It's great for running heists. There are spit-offs if you don't like the setting. Like, one of my favorites is, hey, do you want to run a heist in the Wild West? We got that. You want to run a heist in space? We got that. You want to run a heist in Demon World War II? We got that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go, chat. They absolutely want the classic fantasy stuff because I got them into Critical Role.
Okay.
All right.
So, Pathfinder is a good step. Pathfinder is the closest you'll get to D&D right now. Pathfinder 2nd edition, I would say, not 1st edition. 1st edition is a lot of numbers to keep track of. Pathfinder is fixing some problems with 5e, if they want to look at that. 13th Age, also pretty neat, also uses the OGL, very similar to D&D for some stories, but it's got, like, icons that influence the world around them, like the Prince of Shadows, the Orc Warlord, the Demon King, and all characters are tied into those and have relationships to those. Classic fantasy is not inherently wrong. It is what brings, I would say, the majority of people into TTRPGs. There are plenty of options for it.
I recently played played something in the Dungeon World format, which is kind of like pseudo powered by the apocalypse, and it was really, really fun. So big up on that. I know a few people who are into Shadow of the Demon Lord as well, which is
Shadow of the Demon Lord
5e, but apparently better.
Shadow of the Demon Lord is a way different system than 5e, but it's pretty neat. It's dark fantasy, like really, really dark fantasy. Everything's kind of fucked from the beginning.
Yeah, but in terms of like simplicity, Dungeon World is pretty simple. I had a good time with it. Very easy to learn, even as a one-shot convention game. It was super easy to pick up. So for beginners, yeah, definitely a good one.
Yeah. Anything that is labeled like old school essentials or old school revival based on the first couple editions of D&D, that's something they can do. It captures the older style of rules. They're more likely to die, but it's still pretty close to D&D. Absolute Last Resort I would go with, not because I hate the system, I like the system, but because it is intentionally very close to D&D. Bugbears in Borderlands. It's available for $1, and it is essentially better D&D basic rules. We actually went over that in a previous stream. I have yet to upload the stream archives onto YouTube because I'm lazy. Sorry.
Valid. Are there any systems that don't involve math? I mean, I know there are like a number. There are a number of different like smaller RPGs that use like only cards to determine things, so you don't have to, you know, add or subtract anything like that. I guess my question is, when it comes to an RPG, generally it involves some form of randomness.
Yeah, which usually means numbers.
That
of
usually
some
means
kind.
math. That usually means math, and usually means chance.
You can play a game that, you know, involves like less math, like I know like Cammy and Uzu, they play a lot of like World of Darkness, and having played World of Darkness myself, you know, there is math in the sense that like whatever you do, it's just here's a couple of dots. Depending on how many dots you have in each skill, that's how many d8s you can roll. Anything that's above a 6 is a success. So, you know, you roll 5 d8s, you get like a 7 and 2 8s. Congratulations. And your bar was like 2 successes. You did it! Bam! That's it. So in that case, it's like barely any math involved, in the sense that you look at it as like, are those the numbers I want? Yes.
Yeah, I think anything with like a dice pool would generally be pretty good, because it's like you don't need to add numbers, you just need to roll a certain number or above.
Just gather up the number of dice that you need and throw them all together.
Yeah.
The only games I can think of.
Sorry.
Yeah, the only games I can think of that have zero math whatsoever are for one-shots, and they're pretty similar. They're Dread and Grin. They're horror games where you say what you want to do, and if there's a chance of failure, for Grin, you either pull a card, and if it's the Joker, you die. Otherwise, you're fine, or you have to keep pulling. For Dread, there's a Jenga tower, and you have to pull a Jenga block.
We have played Grin on this channel, and it was very, very fun.
It was really fun.
We played Grin. I would only play Grin because I have dysgraphia, which means my fine motor control is medically bad, which means I can't play Dread because I can't pull a damn Jenga block to save my life.
You have to have someone else pull the Jenga block for you. Your medically assigned Jenga block puller.
Yep. Anyway, I'm sorry, Atwas, you were saying something about Powered by the Apocalypse?
Yeah, Powered by the Apocalypse is pretty good. At most, you roll 3 dice, and it's levels of success, so you don't really need to add or subtract things. So that's also pretty math light, while still keeping in with the dice rolling sort of thing.
Has anyone played the My Little Pony tabletop RPG?
Can't say that I have.
Nope.
I didn't know that existed. I'd love to play it though.
We Google.
Yeah, we're gonna Google it.
$55. Wait, which one is it? I see like 2 of them.
Yeah, I know of a couple that are unofficial. I know Pony Finder, and there was like a 4E attempt at My Little Pony.
Presumably it's the Renegade Games one that's $55.
Just horsing around.
Yep.
Okay,
My Little Pony role-playing game. Or Axis and Allies!
Let's fucking go.
My Little Pony, the role-playing game core rulebook.
Do you have any information as to what they use? Is the question.
Create a unique pony character of your very own. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, the 4E one was inspired by Friendship is Dragons. Fun fact, I used to read Friendship is Dragons. I used to be on the semi-official forum of Friendship is Dragons.
Excellent.
In fact, I'm pretty sure my voice is somewhere out there on a Let's Play done by the guy who made My Little Pony Friendship is Dragons.
Oh,
way
fun.
before I was man on the internet.
Nice. I didn't know this existed, because this is something I would have wanted to play. This sounds fun.
Yeah, glad I'm not the only person who knows Friendship is Dragons. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a brony. However, I ran in the same circles as bronies. So, I was aware of it.
It's It's inevitable in certain places of the internet, or it was, I guess.
I do not think that liking ponies is necessarily a problem. Speaking as someone who is a fan of, Western animation in general, Friendship is Magic was a very good show, and I love Twilight Sparkle, and I think that she's the best, and I'm Twilight Sparkle, and that's fine. Just so it is known. But unfortunately, there's an understandable vibe that comes with being a brony that I get. I understand. I can't judge anyone for their old shames. I was in the Once-Through fandom once upon a time, so...
Right. Like, I'm not ashamed of knowing bronies. I'm not ashamed of being in some brony products. Like, as long as no one went out of their way to be creepy to people, then it's harmless.
Yep, and just don't be a creep.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, Dargan!
Dargan, this is the most viewed piece of D&D artwork on the internet very quickly. That's the image they show when you unsubscribe.
Amazing.
It's time to go. Was I a good industry leader? No.
God.
Man, Gandalf is pissed!
He's so mad!
Gandalf is so angry right now!
God.
This is also not the best balanced party. You got a wizard, a rogue, a barbarian, and a druid.
The druid has big, sad Native American about pollution commercial
Single
vibes.
tier, yeah.
A single tear rolls
Only
down
you
his
can
face.
Stop it.
You know, that guy was actually Italian.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm aware.
I didn't. That's fucking something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, back in the day, they hired a bunch of Italians to play Native Americans.
Sure lived in
Man,
a society.
we sure lived in a society.
Also back in the day, John Wayne hated the film High Noon so much, he made 3 movies that were the exact same plot that was the opposite of High Noon.
Incredible.
We live in a society.
I've just... Wow. So, let's have fun. Let's make enough money to support myself financially through this hobby I adore. This is great!
You turn them against me! You have done that yourself!
Oh, man.
Why does everyone hate us now?
How could this happen? Black flag and hookers.
You go, Kobold Press.
You go. It's fine. Thank you, Tiefling of the Pool.
Thank you, Tiefling VTuber.
Tiefling
God.
VTuber. God.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, nope.
Woof.
Nope.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Hey, you guys do the thing. Kobold Press open chain.
Why are people upset with us?
Why are people upset with us?
Oh, he's adorable. Baby.
Baby.
God.
Yeah. And we will take as many furries with us as we possibly can.
Dear God.
We will mobilize the furries if we must.
Scramble the furries!
Oh my god.
My 60 players and I are out.
60?
Yeah, for one.
60?
For one, wow, that's a power move. On the other, 60?
60?
Oh, I bet they're a content creation team or something.
Oh yeah, I run games for a living. Okay.
Oh damn.
Okay, paid DM. Okay, that makes sense.
Damn. Good for them. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please do not yell at customer support. I say
No,
the
no,
person
no, no,
who
no,
is
do
who
not
is
yell at
customer
customer
support.
Do not yell at customer support. Never yell at customer support.
And also, like, yeah, things suck. We probably agree with you, but we kind of can't say shit. So it's like, yeah, the website's not working. Do you want me to like go rattle the cages of the sysadmins? Like, can't do that. There are ways to contact the board. If you do a little googling, you can find the contact information for people on the Hasbro board of directors. You can send a little funky email their way, though.
A little funky email.
God.
Yeah.
D&D Be Gone is still very funny.
Oh
Yeah. At this point, all they care about is their subs. Add some incentive. I'll give free battle maps to everyone who posts a screenshot of their canceled D&D Beyond sub. Hell yeah.
God.
Oh.
Oh, no.
This isn't even going into Magic the Gathering. I don't play Magic the Gathering, so apparently it's bad too.
Oh man.
Literally every time anyone's tried to teach me Magic the Gathering, they have failed on a level I did not think was possible.
That's baffling to me. Like, I know how to play Magic the Gathering. I'm not good at games. They must have done really bad.
Yes, so the first time, alright, we're gonna show you how to play Magic the Gathering. Plays a game of Magic the Gathering in silence.
What? What?
It's impressive.
Second time, someone different. Oh, I'm gonna teach you how to play Magic the Gathering. The trample rule means blah 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 blah. Talks about all the different individual on-card rules, none of the basics of Magic the Gathering. The third time, oh, you know how to play Magic the Gathering, come on.
What?
Show us your deck, Alex. I don't have one, but you know how to play Magic the Gathering.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that? You don't know me.
Wow, this is mind-boggling to me. Like, don't get me wrong, an issue I have with Magic the Gathering is like every year they add like 10 new rules and they're all stupid, usually. But like, why wouldn't you start with the base game? The base game's not that complicated. What?
What? Not a single person has managed to tell me how Magic the Gathering works, and I'm convinced no one can. This is not a challenge. Because also I don't want to play Magic the Gathering.
That's fair. I mean, I don't want to play Magic the Gathering, so... Everyone I know who ever got into Magic the Gathering, like, they played it for, like, a year or two, and then it just kind of kept going, and they were like, you know what? I think that's enough Magic the Gathering for me.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, this is a little off topic, but I was just DM'd. My company, the company I work for, is moving into a different office. They're offloading some things. So I get a DM. It's like, hey, Atwas, do you want an 8-input mixer? Should I get a mixer?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll use it for, but should I? It's analog.
I mean, why not?
So true.
It's free.
It's free.
2 hanging Sennheiser area mics and the PA speakers. Tell me more. Anyway.
The wild
Look at this bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and remix The Wild Beyond the Witchlight to be the wild audacity of this bitch.
Fucking incredible.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. Welcome to Hither Thither and What the Fither!
God.
The caucasity of this bitch.
The audacity of this bitch. Hello, soon-to-be Pathfinder 2e players and GMs. Here's the starter pack. God.
Power of gay, sign me up.
Oh yeah, the power game, let's go!
Oh, hell yeah! Just for all of us. How nice of them. Delightful.
Well, this has been fun. I think we're reaching the end of what Twitter can show us about.
Yeah, I think we've
Yeah.
reached the end of the fun Twitter memes.
Yeah,
This has been fun though.
it really has. I am completely drawing a blank about what else to do during the stream, honestly.
Honestly, the music you provided is so like head empty.
Head empty, it encourages head empty, no thoughts.
It is
It's so
absolutely
good.
adding to the experience. I don't know.
I am not going to watch Glass Onion on stream. For one thing, I'm gonna get taken down. For another, you cannot make me watch Glass Onion.
I'm so curious. Let's talk after the stream.
I will admit that part of it may be biased because I hate The Last Jedi so goddamn much.
I see. That's fair.
Yeah.
Valid.
As
Part of
someone who often does not watch things out of fucking spite, I fucking get you. 100%.
I understand.
100%. Yeah. Street Fighter tournament with 3 people. Let's go.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh jeez. Talk about more systems, maybe. Me?
We could. Yeah, there.
It's an option.
That's an option. I need a quick break before that, but I can take like quick looks at some systems that I was intrigued by the concept of. There's Broken Compass, which is basically Uncharted or Indiana Jones, the TTRPG. Bug game. I have not played Hollow Knight in years.
Yeah, no, I'd be totally down to take a break. I can talk about my pet favorite system to at length.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be down to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break to get hydrated and go to the bathroom and all that other restful stuff. When we come back, we're gonna talk RPGs. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Hello and welcome back. We should not be looking at that. Oh, and that is very zoomed in. Oh god, oh no, I've ruined everything. Oh shoot.
No!
All I wanted to do was to show you a cool game.
No!
Hi, I'm Alex. We're back. We're gonna look at some more cool RPGs at some point.
We're gonna look at one corner of them, maybe.
One corner, maybe. It'll be fine. This is Broken Compass.
You've sold me.
All right, so we decided we had milked the OGL 1.1 being bad for as much as we could, so instead we wanted to pivot to looking at other RPG systems that looked cool. And I've been interested in this one for a while. Broken Compass is basically Tomb Raider or Uncharted or Indiana Jones in the form of a tabletop RPG. So we're gonna go ahead and see what is behind the wheel of this and if it could make for some interesting games.
Oh boy.
I'm going into this completely blind, so let's go, gamers.
Woo!
Anyway, movie inspirations, The Mummy Trilogy, Indiana Jones, Jumanji, National Treasure, Romancing the Stone. You seen any of those? That's the vibe.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so there's a lot of pages. We're not gonna have the time to go over all of them. We've got less than an hour. So,
No.
yeah. Instead, we're just gonna look at whatever we think is cool. So, Broken Compass, role-playing game, your adventurers in search of treasure. Adventurers are men and women of action!
Woo!
Based on the fortune system. Says game mechanics that use small pools of d6 to determine the outcome of any task. So it's a dice pool. Okay.
Okay.
Seems like less mathy, which is always nice.
Love a less mathy game.
Mm-hmm. Right. The world of Broken Compass. The world's basically there. Play and play everything you know about these places. What you don't know, discover little by little. Like a true explorer. The world's what you want it to be. But, it's your story, so just what you want. Maybe the president is Harrison Ford. Maybe he's Morgan Freeman. Maybe the Loch Ness Monster is real. Maybe it's a robot that's put in place by a Scooby-Doo villain. We don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
Go find out.
Edgy scarf.
Edgy scarf. Yep. Determine the where and the when. That's important, because Indiana Jones and Nathan Drake have very different loadouts and outfits and whatnot. They have an expansion for the Golden Age for the 1930s where you can fight Nazis, but that doesn't have the core rules, so we're looking at this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Cornerstones of adventure, things basically to keep in mind for various adventures. Travel. The important thing is setting foot outside the door because stuff happens there. Go places!
Very important.
Yeah. Discover. Look around places!
Woo!
And act places. You're an action hero, man! Do stuff! Go places and do stuff! If I have to tell you to do that in a role-playing game, maybe find a different hobby.
The only thing that matters is the adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say imagine playing a tabletop game and not being willing to, do anything, but I've absolutely played games like that, so...
I have read some very interesting horror stories about a group of mystery solvers who are like, I don't think my character would do that. I just kind of sit and wait.
I don't think my character...
For the entirety of the adventure, and then afterwards complain that you just railroaded us the entire time! Anyway, there's the Fortune Master, who knows the story, locations, and describes the challenges, playing as all the extras and rivals. Everyone else is an adventure, and they use their skills and roll a number of d6s to determine that luck is on their side.
I like that. I like that because, not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying with the whole, oh, you're just not good at this, loser, idiot, dummy. Like, I want to be a fucking main character. If I wanted to play a disempowering game, I would do so, but come on, man. I'm a level 20 fighter. What do you mean I, statistically just hit less than all of my other party members? Also, I really love all the different names that games give, their game masters.
Right, I was
so
just
good.
thinking that.
The Fortune Master's pretty nice.
Fortune Master!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before starting an adventure, talk about it. Choose where you are, what the treasure is, and why you're looking for it together. Choose what ties the adventures to each other, who's your rival if you know them. Any adventure is collaborative. That's pretty neat.
That's
nice.
Rad. I like that.
Yeah. For a full campaign, I might, actually have some stuff and talk to the players about, hey, here's the plot line, roughly. But for one-shots, absolutely all collabs all right, what kind of treasure do you guys want to go after? And if someone raises their hands I want to go after King Solomon's mines, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Share the world. Do I know a pub in town where I can find information? Consider the situation, don't just answer yes. You can allow the adventurer to describe the pub and who they hope to find there.
Yes, yes, I love
Work
that shit
together
so
to describe
much.
some details. Yes, let's go. Be open. If something comes up that you didn't plan for, roll for it. Improv, good. Let's go. Assuming how things end is a road that leads to disappointment. Collaborative storytelling and roleplay. Let's go. Love this. Make room. Make sure everyone gets the spotlight. Yes, please. This is something I very rarely actually see in a rule book, let alone this early on. But wow, man. Right. Narration example. I don't want to read all that.
I think we know the basics of how this sort of thing works.
Yep. Yeah, just like the movies. Each game sessions is an episode or a season of your favorite TV series. One after the other, episodes will take you from the beginning of an adventure to the finale. So, there are some on-demand episodes of Broken Compass designed to be easily altered and adapted to all your needs. So, yeah, the expansion Golden Age contains a ready-to-play season set in the 30s. You can fight Nazis. Nice.
Oh, goody.
Mm-hmm. Not sure how to tackle the season? Use a pilot, special introduction episodes that take place months or years before the rest of the season. They explore why you are an adventurer, etc., etc. And at the end of a pilot, you see what works and what doesn't. So that's pretty neat.
That's nifty.
Yeah. Follow the Broken Compass. Many of the treasures should be supernatural. I mean, yeah, that's how you make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, oh, you're here to find the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark's got angels in it.
Yeah.
It's not just the Holy Grail, it grants immortality. Yeah. It's not just, oh, you're going to Egypt, there's mummies. Go for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To manage the supernatural convincingly, measure out the incredible and the incredible, give some at least partial explanation for everything that happens. But, so basically, as long as it's not mummies are there because it's Egypt, then yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And now let's make an adventurer. Let's do it, nerds.
Also,
Hell
the
yeah.
art for this book is really good.
It's really nice. Super evocative, like, definitely gives the vibes of Lara Croft and Nathan Drake without looking anything like them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great value, Lara Croft and Nathan Drake.
Yep. Dr. Skipper, Lara Croft and Nathan Drake. Alright. Who are you? You have your eyes on something. You have a particular treasure that you've been searching for your whole life, but this is what you want, the number one goal. Put your life at risk for it. So don't be a pansy. You're an action hero treasure hunter.
God, I want to interject with just some incredible character advice from Blades in the Dark, which is play your character like a stolen car.
Go.
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it, nerd. You can make a new character. Yeah. When the stakes get high, you haven't given up the ghost, you're still in the game, you gotta keep going, basically. Anyway, adventure sheet. So.
Okay.
Alright. There's an adventure sheet PDF on the page. It also came with a zip file with all the Broken Compass stuff on it. So.
Nice.
So this is your name, call me Nita. Describe yourself using 2 tags from the tag list. For example, Daredevil Action Hero, Hunk Soldier, Rebel Pilot. Place to call home, heritage, homeland, and workplace. Heritage is where you're born, homeland where you grow up, workplace, where you move to for professional purposes. So, like,
That's cool.
USA citizen, born to African parents who moved to Egypt to study the Valley of Kings is the example they give. So, that is very, very distinct.
I like that.
And a lot of different ways to separate background, which is awesome. Especially compared to other systems that have race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Words to live by, a sentence describing what you believe in, like, together we're strong. That belongs in a museum. I've been through worse.
Interesting.
Yeah. Alright. So, luck. Just making sure I didn't overscroll. Yeah. Luck, you can be as good as you want. You have luck points and luck coins. Luck points is how much luck you have before going out of luck. On your sheet, that's 10 white dots. Every time you lose them, you fill in the dots. When they're filled, you're out of luck. And then luck coin, they can save you when you're out of luck or grant you success for any desperate or very dangerous action. So, basically, that's your health points, which works a lot better than just, oh, you got shot 10 times, but the 11th, you're dead.
Okay.
Right. So, adventuring gives feelings, like good and bad feelings. Good feelings will give you advantage, and bad feelings give you disadvantage.
That's so good.
That is so awesome.
The vibes here are rancid.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a blank feeling about this, and
Yeah.
that's what decides how this goes.
I've got a bleeding feeling about this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you receive them using another system, so that's what those are for. Expertise is techniques you have learned in your heart, summed up in simple words. Medicine, selection, guns allow you to reroll dice that aren't success in relevant tasks. So
That's nice.
each adventure has 3 expertises, 2 determined by tags and 1 of their choosing. So, okay, it's stuff like I guess things that would be covered in these skills, but you're also an expert in them. So medicine for first aid would help you out. Yeah.
Okay.
Skills and fields. All skills are divided into 6 fields. So it's like the 6 stats and then the skills that come with them in D&D, because even though we hate License 1.1, it's nice to have a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Action for fighting. Yeah. Guts for concentrating. Knowledge for knowing things. Society for dealing with other people. Or animals. The wild for dealing with harsh environments. And crime!
Crime!
Yes, let's go!
Finally, my field.
The field of crime. There's also 3 skills for each, so everyone has some degree of usefulness in everything, which is pretty nice.
Nice.
Weapons and gear. Pretty sure you'll find a way to do anything reasonable. So you need specific weapons and gear, specific items. So write the name of the weapon or piece of equipment on the left and what you can do with it on the right. So going back to the sheet, I have pistol, can shoot.
Can shoot.
Grappling hook, thrown to cling on and climb things.
Grappling hook! You have to say it like that.
Grappling hook!
Thank you.
So-
Interesting.
Not a weapon, not gear. Divides into several sections. Pockets, if you can carry it in your pockets. Bag, if it's in your bag, like if you can put it in a purse. Backpack, if you need to take big stuff like a tent or whatever.
Okay.
And then magazines. You don't have to keep track of ammo, but magazines are helpful for something.
It's interesting because a number of the inventory categories specify whether you're likely to lose things or not. Or
Yeah,
have things stolen. So that's something to keep in mind. That's pretty cool.
yeah, because backpack's unwieldy but can hold big stuff. Bag might get stolen. Pockets, no one's stealing anything from your pockets, basically. Right, so then scars and experiences. You feel these in later, so saith the thing. Alright, so, how adventurers are born. Choose 2 tags out of these 18. There are more in the 1930s one. So, I am a cheater wingman.
Cheater wingman.
Yeah. Each tag has a field, backup field, 8 skills, and 1 expertise. Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Once I've chosen tags, I can write them down in the Call Me If You Need-A and start filling in diamonds, which I'm assuming are skill ranks. For example, this woman here is an explorer professor. She's also pretty. Yeah.
She looks prepared.
Yeah. I appreciate that she's pretty without being like,
Yeah.
a sexy woman.
A sexy woman. Looks like someone who feasibly is actually in the field, but still
Yes.
pretty.
Correct. Love that.
She
Love
looks
that
like a
for
lost
her.
character.
She does.
So, blah, blah, blah. Expertise, field, skills. Just fill those in according to the list. That's pretty easy enough to do.
Yeah, and you get 2 of them.
Yeah. Then tag expertise for, like, references to what these can do. Like, oh, a military tag from the soldier lets you know military ranks, organize operations, and military trainings. So if you need to know what those wacky Nazis are doing, then fill in the diamonds. Choose 2 tags to give the same field. Fill diamond in that field and the backup field. Okay. I'm trying to decipher this. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Character creation is always sure is something.
This is the part that's the most complicated, filling in
Yeah.
diamonds.
Yeah.
All right. So, Explorer Professor has some blue diamonds. Okay.
So you have 2 tags. Each tag you get a field and one of the skills in that tag. Okay. So so you get 2 fields and 2 skills from your tags. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you fill in the skill diamond with like, so knowledge of Professor would fill in this diamond in knowledge, and Explorer fills it in wild, and then the various skills get filled in.
Yes. And so you get 2 points from your tags, and then you have 2 just from what you choose.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay,
Okay.
that's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And you have basic points in
Yeah.
each one, which is kind of nice.
And if it's 2 of the same field, so 2 knowledge, you just fill in another one of your choice.
Rad.
Yeah, that makes way more sense once you take the time to discover it.
Yeah.
All right. So you also get to mark expertises. So put those in the expertise file. So archery, surgery, martial arts, acting.
Acting.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Mark a luck coin. At the moment you have 1, so hold on to it. All right. So note down personal data. It's fine. Just like Budapest, the sidebar, the past is not important, what's in the now is. Explore, you nerds.
Where we're going, we don't need backgrounds. I like that. I always enjoy games where you just kind of like go for things as you go along.
Yeah. Note down on the sheet all weapons, gear, and important objects you're taking with you. Start with the bag and or backpack, but only a limited number of objects. Choose 3 useful items, weapons, or equipment that you commonly use. And then there's the next page, items to suit all tastes, blah, blah, blah. Any weapon has 2 magazines of the right type. Hunt for treasures, that comes later. Items, weapons, and gear. Weapons are firearms and things you hit. No sane adventurer would go around twirling a sword when they could carry a gun, if you catch my drift. Adventuring gear is traveling through harsh environments. Anything else is item, pockets, bag, backpack. Weapons and gear are usually carried in pockets, but they might get lost, blah, blah. Same as usual. Chances of getting lost is the same. All right. So, whoop, double scrolled. So, tools and instruments, they're considered items. They don't give mechanical advantages, but they're needed to carry out specific tasks. So like a mechanic would need a toolbox, etc., or lockpicks. And picking a lock without lockpicks should be more difficult than I had previously allowed rules for.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Same goes for items with no use on their own, so if you have a diary, you probably got a pencil and paper with it. Yeah. So sometimes it's better to write package deals. So basically, common items are amulet, compass, lighter, map, binoculars, first aid, rope, toolbox for bag. Backpack is camera, tripod, crowbar, pickaxe, rations, etc.
Makes sense.
Yes. Common weapons and gear, elegant clothes, winter clothes, machine gun! Yeah, let's go! And magazines, every weapon needs magazines in order to function. So we say bows have their mags, but it's just a handful of arrows. Same thing.
Place in your pockets. Love that.
Put in your pockets.
Put them in your pockets. And then, oh, there are special tags. If you're a young adventurer, you're an old adventurer, or a true adventurer.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's like specialized rules. You're feeling young, which is a permanent good feeling, which gives no advantage other than avoiding certain bad feelings. You get the old bad feeling as an old adventurer. But you gain more expertise. A true adventurer gets less expertise, but you get 2 luck coins. Wow.
Ooh.
Or you could just roll on these dice if you have no idea where you're from or what you are.
Love that.
Let's go.
All right.
And more tables, more tables.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So far, making a character seems like, while not the easiest thing in the world, simple enough, especially compared to other
Yeah.
systems.
Pretty painless.
I just want to see like how things are run before I make a final judgment on would I play Broken Compass. So far, positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, challenges are anything that could end in an accident. Basically, anything that has a chance of failure with significant consequences.
I like that.
Roll a number of d6 determined by the amount of diamonds you have in the relevant field and skill. So,
Okay.
yeah. So combining, like, fight and melee, or fight and shoot, whatever the
Okay.
skill or field is. So,
That's good. I like that. There's never
Yeah,
anything
absolutely.
that you cannot do, especially because each thing comes with designated pips that just come basic.
yeah. So basically, define the objective, don't mix up what you're doing with the reason you're doing it. If you try to bust through a door because you need to get out ASAP. If you try to translate a text, you need information. Like, why are you doing it? Everything goes as planned and you move to state a goal. Failing means the action wasn't right or it didn't lead to the desired outcome. So basically, know why you're climbing the wall before you climb the wall. So, there are 4 categories. There's basic challenge, the critical challenge, an extreme challenge, and an impossible challenge.
Impossible. Hitting the target in the dark, relying only on the sound of their footsteps. Having the colonel salute you.
Remorseful and humiliated because he blew your cover. Yeah. So most challenges should be critical, extreme or rare, and impossible should be even rarer. You don't have to disclose the difficulty of a challenge to players, but you have to tell the difficulty of a danger. So, action you're trying to do is often linear enough that the skill put to the test will be clear. Blah, blah, blah. You'll figure it out. Yeah. However, if you're shooting an enemy that's holding your friend hostage, maybe it's not a challenge regarding shoot, or a cool task, since the objective's not to hit target, but save a hostage. Okay. So basically,
Makes sense.
figure out which skill is the best. Add up all the diamonds. You have a pool of d6 that can go from 3 to 6. To do this, you might need to add or subtract up to 3 dice, depending on advantages or disadvantages you have. So, each advantage gives additional die up to a total of 9, and each disadvantage removes 1, but never more than 2. So, you gain advantages by weapons, gear, and good feelings, disadvantages from bad feelings. Right to grant advantage if there's something clever, effective, and right to give disadvantage if it's something real stupid. How to calculate success. Okay, so you get a success for each set of 2 or more dice that land on the same side. Number is unimportant. So, pair of 2 is just the same as a pair of 3s, and 3 1s have the same value as 3 6. There are 4 kinds of successes: 2 dice, 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, and 5 of a kind.
Interesting.
And on the off chance that there's 6 of a kind, then, you know, that's out the window. You win. Congratulations on the best crit success ever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for every 2 matching dice, you get a basic success. Every 3 is a critical success. 1 basic and 1 critical for a full house. A straight is a wonderful failure. Congratulations.
Man, this one I'm a little more nervous about, because I
Yeah.
feel like whenever I have to roll, like, a pool of dice, it's very rare for me to get 2 of a kind. To say
This
nothing
is-
for, like...
This is the one
Yeah.
thing so far I'm a little concerned about. Because rolling a high number, that's something that can be pretty reliably done.
Yeah. 'cause-
But matching numbers, that's hard.
Yeah.
Not much leeway in terms of statistics. I don't have the wherewithal to think about it specifically, but like, yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, you can have a pool of up to 9 dice, so there is that, but still.
I have a pool of up to 9 dice. I'm gonna pull out my calculator real quick to see what the odds are of 3 of the same number. Okay,
Yeah.
so 6 times 6 times 6. A 1 in 216 chance to get 3 of a kind of any given number. That's gonna be hard!
I'm just gonna roll some groups of 9 dice, just for funsies while we chat.
Yeah, sure. We'll see how many crit successes you get.
Yeah, shit.
Roll 96. Let's see here.
Okay. Multiple successes can let you do multiple things. Higher degrees of success do better things. 3 basic go to 3 critical successes.
Oh, okay. So if I roll 2 2s and 2 5s, that counts as 2 basic successes, and then
Yes.
allow me to do things. Okay, all right, that's not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
I guess,
Yeah.
but how many times are you gonna get to roll up to 9 die? Like, how many are you more likely to be rolling?
True.
Because 9 is only like,
How about I roll 5 dice or 4?
Yeah.
Roll four
Well,
dice.
there's a probability chart they actually included to see the
Oh.
percentage dice of
Oh.
at least one
Nice,
kind of
nice.
success.
I
Okay.
dig that.
So, percentages under critical also include chance for an extreme or later success. So, it's only up to 6, but if you're rolling with 6, it says there's a 75% chance that there is at least one kind of success
Okay.
for a critical that you need. I'm not sure I trust this math.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a critical success yet?
Well, I just rolled.
No.
So I rolled 4 d6s and I actually got 3 2s and 1 1. So technically
Congratulations! You got a critical
Good job.
success, so
I did it. Okay, let me
maybe
do it
it's
again.
possible.
I
Yeah.
got 1 1 and 3 3s. Wow, I did it again.
You did it again! Wow!
Wait, let me try again. 2 2s and a 6 and a 4. Okay.
And you're rolling with just 4. Normally the numbers look like 6 or something.
Yeah, I'm like, Google dice rolling has never been this nice to
Actually-
me when I'm playing the between. But right now, when I'm trying to prove a point, it's suddenly like, oh man.
Well, at least they give you the option to kind of add on your levels of success to get
Yeah.
more, so that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
But it's still, I feel like it's a little unnecessarily complicated. That's
A
just
little bit.
that's just me.
A little bit. So after the dice roll, if you didn't roll the success or there's no success at all, there's still things you can do. So if you're not happy with the result, if you have at least 1 success, take all the dice that weren't the success and re-roll them. So
All right.
yeah, you can't choose which to keep and which to roll. You have to keep all dice you rolled in some kind of combination, re-roll the rest. So basically, keep the 2 3s on the side. If you got 2 3s, you roll the other 2 dice. And if you roll another pair or another 3, you're in luck. If instead you take a risk and rolled no additional successes, you have to forfeit a success.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah. There are cases where you can take a risk, but risk nothing at all. If you're rolling a task related to one of your expertises. So, if you're a medic and roll for first aid, you can use medicine to gain a reroll for free, basically. So,
All right.
that's a good way of making sure you're not a complete idiot at the thing that you're supposed to be good at. Yeah. If after taking a risk and you gain 1 success, you might feel lucky enough to try and go all or nothing. So, if you gain at least 1 additional success, you're in luck. Otherwise, you lose all of them. So basically, you get 2 chances to re-roll. Hope you're good. I still don't like those odds. I still really don't like those odds.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's better when the game is very explicit about you only roll if there's a chance of like significant danger or consequence.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know some people are roll happy, but like, yeah.
Yeah. But basically, failing a challenge, well, congratulations, it happens to everyone. You gotta keep on going. Yeah. The adventure will always win, even if the adventurers don't, basically. So,
Alright.
they'll go where luck wants them to go. They may be late, battered, or arrive from an unexpected angle, rather. An angel might show up and throw them places. It happened with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Alright? Basically, keep the plot moving, even if, you're failing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, accidents, this is basically the consequences. So, basically asking yourself what can go wrong if the skill fails. Like the floor collapses, the charm task fails, and if you charm someone badly, the host is jealous and proceeds to pull you away to a room with a bunch of guys with guns. Yeah. A stealth check fails doesn't mean you've alerted. It could be the guards hear a strange noise and you barely have time to get away. So, or you could delay accidents. But basically, failure is not an option. So,
Okay.
You have to transform failures into a device that keeps the plot moving. So there's no, you don't translate the manuscript. Adventure over.
Okay, well, there's at least that positive for
Yeah.
the whole, like, odds of the dice. Like, at least even if you
I feel
fail,
a lot
it's
better
not,
about
like...
I feel a lot better about the
Yeah.
odds of the dice there. How do you feel? Mhm. Yeah. The general rule is adventurers can experience up to 3 feelings at a time. The only exception is when you feel like a wreck.
Oh, so that's interesting. So the previous feeling modifiers, if you're a young or old or true adventurer, that always counts.
Yes.
So you can only have 2 additional ones. Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, other feelings might offer advantages and disadvantages. We'll explain now in detail how to use them. Create new feelings for your specific situation. Come on, stop scrolling. There we go. Alright. So whenever you do something particularly exciting or get exceptionally good results, the Fortune Master may reward you with a good feeling. So if you're like, yeah, I knock out a guy, I feel powerful!
Yay!
So, if you're powerful, but then you fall from a bad height and you should feel broken, you avoid getting the bad feeling, but you're no longer powerful. So, cancels out getting disadvantage. If you have 3 feelings and one's good, you can exchange good feelings. If you have 3 bad feelings, you can't get good feelings!
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Right. Some examples of other feelings could be, you feel in love. You feel brutal! You feel steadfast. I feel bad. Yeah. So, bad feelings are things where if you fail miserably or fell to an extremely lethal danger, you get a bad feeling. And if you have 3 bad feelings, you are a wreck. So us, basically. Yeah.
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 No
To stop
way.
feeling like a wreck, the only thing you can do is find yourself a safe place. When do you assign a feeling? When there's a stroke of genius or when all the players go, woo! Yeah. So, when there's an epic failure and not even luck can hope to save them, that's when you put bad feelings. Be reasonable about this, is what the guide is saying. Yeah.
Bad feelings should not become a way to punish adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They should be spicy. Yeah.
Ooh.
Losing a feeling, I'm pretty sure you want to get rid of bad feelings. You can do that with the luck coin, or take the long way around. There are special rules, basically first aid, go to a safe place, speak with something about what happened. You have to use therapy, and need to act it out. Roleplay, you motherfuckers! Yeah. And then you need to help someone else get rid of a bad feeling. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. That seems reasonable enough. Snick.
Bad feel, good feel. Snake!
Snick.
These are good snakes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Traps and Bullets is probably going into more of things you'll encounter and how they will establish bad things happening to you.
This
Which I
picture's
think is a
red as
decent
fuck.
place to cut off our looking at Broken Compass.
Yeah.
We know the basics of how the game
get
runs,
it.
and unless there's something big I'm missing in here, then I think that's how to play the game. I'd have to look at how to run the game, but overall I would say I feel as long as I'm upfront with, hey, this is the dice system, it can be mean, but the goal is moving forward and the goal is telling a cool story, then I would feel confident running this game for people.
Yeah, definitely as long as you came in with like that in mind, I think it would be good. It's just you'd have to make sure you were playing with people who understood what they were doing, and you'd have to make sure whoever was running it took that whole don't use bad feelings to punish a player thing, like make sure they took that to heart. But if everyone knew what they were doing, if we're all coming in ready to do this, it could be fun.
Could be pretty neat. I will admit, I am a sucker for the Indiana Jones movies, the two good ones.
The two good ones. Mm-hmm.
Two good ones. I love the Uncharted series. Mostly I want an excuse to have a adventure where not only there's a deep abandoned temple or whatever, but also an action scene on a train, because I love action scenes on trains. And Broken Compass will hopefully allow me to accomplish those goals. So that's what drew me to Broken Compass in the first place, because I love the genre.
It's a fun genre. You are valid.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, we're not getting any more movies like that anytime soon. So like,
they're actually making an Indiana Jones 5.
Sure. Okay. Look, it might be good.
Let Harrison Ford rest.
I'm like, I don't want an Indiana Jones 5. I want like the Mummy, but not the Mummy, Like, I want a new adventure movie.
Right?
Stop making sequels, I'm so tired.
Stop making sequels. I'm begging you.
Stop posting about sequels! I'm tired of seeing it! My friends on TikTok send me sequels, on Discord is fucking sequels. I was in a server, right? And all the channels were about sequels.
Stop trying to sell my nostalgia to me. You will not win.
Fucking remixes of that live rent free in my head.
God.
God. But yeah, that was Broken Compass. That was a nice getaway from talking about people making very terrible legal documents.
Yes, correct. What an experience.
What an experience we've had together on this journey.
God.
Yeah, so the long and the short is, get excited for new, better licenses for games, play more games, look into things, because there's way more out there than Dungeons & Dragons.
Cancel your
So many
D&D
cool things.
Beyond subscription or whatever if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at that,
CEO.
they hate it, they're listening to it.
Yep. Now I want to play this game. It looks fun.
It really does look
It
fun.
would be a fun time.
Okay, but Kristen, answer me honestly.
Yes.
Would you be playing Sybil Cordova?
What do you think? I actually had a dream last night. Like, we were sitting down to play some game. I don't know what it was, but like we all sit down, and suddenly I say, I think I'm gonna play a different character besides Sybil Cordova. And you were like, Kristen, wait, no, why? Why didn't you tell me this earlier? What? I've already set up your character sheet for Sybil Cordova. I was looking it over, and you'd selected all the perfect options for Sybil Cordova for me. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, you made the right choice. I guess I'll be Sybil Cordova. This is awkward. Oh
Oh no!
no! Just very dumb. Just like, oh no! But yes, I would play Sybil Cordova. Why wouldn't I?
Good, excellent, perfect.
I will
Listen.
fully admit I have set up some of the one-shot games with Sybil Cordova already having a sheet and be like, this is probably what she would have.
I mean, that's fair. That's the right move. I do usually come in planning to play Sybil Cordova because of my various OCs, you know. Jericho is very specifically built for one specific game. Charlie has a show already, and Sybil's just sitting here like, I would like to exist. I would like to play. And
I
Sybil
would
is
like
also
to play.
conveniently my gremlin character, who I can just let my brain just like go. I don't have to think a ton as Sybil Cordova.
Always
Yeah.
good.
It's not that she's no thoughts head empty. She is thoughts head empty. She is thoughts. It's just she's pure id, so I don't have to think too much about it. I'm not Jericho Nova trying to take care of 5 people and make sure none of them die. Yay! And that's why Sybil Cordova is great, and I play her in basically everything because it's really easy to just be Sybil Cordova in any situation.
She can just be part of any genre.
Very
It's so
powerful.
good. It's perfect.
Like, particularly horror genres, but honestly, I would absolutely put her in this game because I would love to play a game as Sybil Cordova that didn't inherently run the risk of her dying horribly.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's possible in any tabletop game. Yeah, but it's more likely in a horror game, which granted, she's always happy to be in a horror game, but I'm like, I just want to play Sybil Cordova. I just think she's neat.
I want
Sybil Cordova. Sybil Cordova. Just comes in, okay, so Kristen will be playing Sybil Cordova. I walk in, actually, I will be playing a different OC. Kristen,
Sure you will.
Sure you will.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess, you're gonna make a new OC? Kristen, you already made an OC this year. You can't, wait, it's 2023. I might make a new OC, it's possible.
Yeah. The deadline has passed. It could be time for a new OC.
I might make a new OC. I probably won't, but you never know.
Stay on your toes.
So stay on your toes. Maybe I'll make a man. I won't do that. I will not do that. Nope.
Bob Cordova.
Bob Cordova.
No.
Okay, but I just love that small defeated no.
No. Well, it's like I have made a lot of male characters in the past. For a really long time, I used to only write male characters, very specifically because, like, I was coming from the time period of, like, if you make a woman, she's a Mary Sue, so I was super nervous about that. So I just did nothing but I wrote for dudes. But I realized if I have to, like, be, like, speaking, I don't think I could portray a dude very convincingly because I sound like, at best, if it's a dude, it's a 12-year-old boy I could maybe manage. But other than that, like, wow, Kristen, you sound like a baby. I'm like, I don't want to.
Hello, I'm a rough and tumble adventurer. Hello, I'm a rough and tumble adventurer.
Exactly, and that's why I don't play them on things where I have to talk. I'm sorry, Adric Carter. You will have to exist only in writing. You're a great character. I'm very proud of you, and I will never play you in anything where I have to speak. God. And that's it. That's my spiel about OCs. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, but I'd say you can leave, but before you go, I have to tell you the story that comes from my friend Ethan.
No, we're not doing that. No, goodbye. Anyway, thank you all for joining us on this journey through good RPG systems and bad legal writing, and how surely Wizards of the Coast is going to get dunked on. We will see you sometime next week for I don't know what. I am very bad at planning these things in advance. In the meantime, Sunday, I believe, is a stream over at Crimes Time Live.
potentially. We'll see if I have time. I'm very busy, but I'd like to stream on Sunday. We'll see how it
nice.
goes. I want to believe.
Alice, you got anything going on?
Soon I will be able to get back to Gallipoli. I'm so fucking close.
Soon. But yeah, we will see you all later for more content. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.